burp.
Hi. I clicked the button before I unmuted us, so it was just me on stream going. Hey everybody, welcome back to John Persons.
What's you?
Let's jump right into it, okay? With a recap of where we've come from. A little help.
Where did you go?
A little help first met 15 years ago. Although to them, it feels like mere weeks since first laying eyes on one another. In this time, the party has learned much about the true nature beyond the world they call Tayaroth. Not only is the world much bigger than they expected, but even the gods themselves have a hidden story and a hidden history that they have yet uncovered. The Animalia, the secret ancient organization that has been a catalyst of so much evil in the party's lives, have been attempting to bring back evil deities, fulfilling a prophecy known as the Returning. However, a little help has thwarted them in many ways and learned that they too are chosen to fulfill another prophecy in direct opposition to the Returning, known as the Calling. Through the help of friends, family, and the Palladium Planopticon, our party has become stronger and adversarial foes to the evil threatening to plague Tayaroth. However, a recent event has devastated the party's progress. An evil deity, once believed to be Mask, now known to be Sirik, the god of lies, has plagued the party with the terrible fate of disappearing from their world for 15 years. And much has changed. Although none of the party has suffered any loss that they are aware of, the Animalia has taken over Barrington, along with the Kingdom of Tayaroth, which is now being led by Chad's blood relatives, his half-sister, Queen Tyvixia, and his twin brother, Soon, who has now taken Chad's identity and rules alongside the Queen as Prince Rain, Chad's elven name. Upon returning, however, there were some pleasant reunions between the surviving Pentwees and the surviving members of the Palladium and our party. Rosie carefully entrusted her child Yu in their statue state to their siblings as the Pentwees and some resistance members trekked off to Livvariia, the wood elven city in the Illidan Wilds, where a safe haven existed. Before our party could join them in Livvariia, they had to complete a rescue mission. Although it was a bumpy ride, the party were able to retrieve the Rusifta ruby, which now means they have all three components of the Scepter of Malar, and they were able to rescue Chad's adopted family, the Plints. They managed to escape after many obstacles, but only to find the city of Barrington was being approached by an army of Bahathian soldiers. That is where we left off. So, we find ourselves on the northern side of the city of Barrington by the outer walls. Above you, Tarathian soldiers and hanged men alike are taking their positions along the ramparts of the walls. To your west, a hypnotic thudding of marching footsteps echoes in the night with the approaching Imperial army. You see along the front lines towers and siege weapons alike, and the Bahathian Empire, their army is starting to spread around the city itself. The Bahathian Empire is clearly beginning to establish a siege around the Tarathian-controlled city of Barrington. To your north is the Illidan Wilds, to your south is the city under sea, to your west is the approaching army, and to your east are open plains without cover or protection. You have yourselves, Edmund, Caligo, and the malnourished and destitute family of Plints. What do you do?
Livvariia is in the Illidan Wilds, right?
Correct.
And that's north.
Yep.
Which is where we were gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe, if anybody's interested in going north, then maybe we could do that. Is go back to Livvariia. Just get out of here. Barrington's doomed. My home is doomed. Everything's fine.
Yeah, well, do we know anyone who has a teleportation spell or circle or anything?
That's not something that I'm capable of.
I don't.
Not that we can probably get to at this point.
Would I know of any potential teleportation systems in Barrington?
Not that you are aware of. If there would be one, it would be in either the council hall or Dune's temple, both of which are like in the middle of the city.
Oh Lord. Oh Dune. Oh help.
Do we just make a run
I
for
think
it?
we skedaddle.
I think the first things first is that we need to take care of the Flints. We gotta get them out of harm's way.
Does
Well,
that
that
mean
can
we take
come
them
with
with
us.
Rosie, Jinx, give me
Yeah.
Give me
wine.
another bottle of wine, Morton.
It seems like we can all head to Livvariia, regroup, and maybe plan what to do from there.
Yeah, I don't think
How
we need
far
to get
away?
in the middle of this battle.
Livvariia is symbolically placed on the map in Tayaroth, but actually it is said to just exist in the Illidan Wilds. It is a very much known prophecy and kind of proverb or whatever it is, but it's known, and Rosie definitely knows this from being married to Gilmarie for so long, that the way to get to Livvariia and the Illidan Wilds is to walk through the Illidan Wilds, and if you are worthy and if you really want and need to be there, the city will appeal to you.
Fucking hoity-toity.
Bunch of hocus pocus.
Hey, watch
Give me
your
a
mouth.
mouth.
I hate
Hey,
this.
That's
now.
my wife you're talking about.
Think happy thoughts.
No, I said it without my accent. That was Evan saying that.
Watch your mouth. That's my wife you're talking about, Evan.
That was such a genuine, funny reaction. Wow, that was so funny. So do you all head north to the Illidan Wilds?
We're outside the city, right?
You are, yeah. Mm-hmm.
How far is the army from us?
About a quarter mile away.
Let's go.
We run.
We don't have. Well, we're just on foot, right?
Yep, you're just on foot.
Well, are they running? Are they marching? Like,
Yeah,
if
do
they're
they- do
marching,
they are-
what-
They are
Mark-
marching. They are marching. They don't seem to be charging the city. They're marching, and like I said, it seems to be that they're not actively attacking. It seems to be that they're setting up a siege. The fires that appear to be in the city are from the occasional catapult that you can see. You can see that they're not trying to do damage. They're trying to make a statement that they are here. Rosie. Or they don't. Not trying to do specific damage. They're trying to do damage with a catapult. Go ahead, Rosie. Sorry.
Do we? Did you say we're south?
You are north
Or
of
like
the
on
wall.
We're
So
north of the
so
wall.
if you
With a
just
straight shot.
yeah, if you just go and run right now, you will get into the Illidan Wilds without causing much issue.
Okay.
Before we start running, I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace just in case while we're running.
Perfect.
Do they have any wagons? Any of the army?
Ooh, I
Men?
forgot to mute.
You see, yeah, if they're about a quarter
We
mile.
can maybe steal or something.
I don't know. if
Save
we
us some
can steal from an
time.
army.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, borrow.
Unfortunately, that's the wagon that's going to stop the siege. So
If they do exist, they would be like in the back of approaching army.
All right. Cuinn would be keeping his eye out for a wagon as we're moving, just in case he sees one.
For sure.
We could save a day or two. I don't know, maybe.
Wagons are notoriously good in forests.
All right, forget the wagon.
All right, so you all
I
run
grab
forward.
a hold of the smallest of the weakest of the plinths, whoever was like dying the most.
That would be the father. That would
yeah,
be.
I grab him however he wants to be helped or carried or whatever. I just kind of like
Yeah, Mobius.
swing him out.
He kind of fights you and argues about this, but is so weak that he can't even allow his dignity to win in this moment, and just kind of lets you do that.
I'd
Yeah,
like
and then
shoot him a look too and be like, "Dad, just let him go." As I'm like scooping up my mom.
Yeah, exactly. You scoop up your mom. Your sister is hurt, but she's pretty young, so she's in much better shape. So she's able to kind of run alongside.
I'm gonna cast. If you had to give like an amount of HP that father has, what does he have?
75.
Daddy?
I
Like,
would
as
say
currently.
Goddamn.
I would say you could give him. What are you asking for, by the way?
Never mind. I just looked at the rules of the spell, and it's supposed to only go on me. I was gonna cast false life on him to give him
Oh
some
no.
temporary HP.
Honestly,
but
I would
can't
say
do
that that's honestly for the best, because He is like a very weak. I mean, he has like maybe a max of like HP. So like
I turn to Chad. Feels like your dad only has 3 HP as a person. You should really work on that.
Hey,
I
I'm
don't
not
say
about my
that.
dad like
I
that.
don't say that. But no, I was trying to do that. But I
yeah,
forgot
but
to
it's
see
not
it,
like he's
so.
actively injured. It's just that he's very weak and has. So as you all are all running, about 100 feet away, Caligo stops. It says, "All right, everybody, you guys keep going north. I gotta get back to the sewers before it's too dangerous. The shade needs me. I'm gonna have to be here for him. Sorry."
For what?
He's in there alone, and the city's about to become under siege. I can't let him stay there by himself. If I can see you at the city of Livvariia, then I'll see you then. If not, maybe I'll see you here. But we'll try to stay in contact. We gotta make sure that Kyvor and Matthew are safe, too. Okay, bye!
Good luck, Caligo!
No need for an explanation. Goodbye.
Thank you, Rosie!
Be careful!
Thank you! Be careful.
I really like Caligo, but I can't believe Caligo won the Masked Manor. It's like
I mean, over May. I mean,
It was
shocked
not.
everyone.
It
I
was
got
a
the bow
trick.
still.
You fuckers!
True.
It was a trick from a dark god. Who cares?
As
you
the
weren't
shadow-
there. You don't know.
We
don't know
zoom
where
out.
we
We
were.
zoom
I
out
got
from this
traumatized.
moment. We zoom out from this moment as we see just like a cartoon cloud of black with like speech bubbles popping
Oh
up
my
from
God,
it
yes.
as it like quietly shuffles off of. It's like it's about like an eighth of a mile from where you are to the tree line, so it does take you a second. But Maewyn's casting a pass without a trace causes the shadows to deepen around you, and you feel pretty well protected in this night. And honestly, with everything that's happening, there's no eyes currently searching through this area. I will say I need everyone to make a perception check.
We all just said no.
Um,
No one's ever done that.
Zach,
Oh,
real quick,
God.
random question just
Yes.
for leveling up.
Yeah.
Spare time once per long rest?
Once per long rest. Yep.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
3.
3. Is anybody above a 17?
I rolled a 0.
I'm a 15.
All right. Okay. Let me roll for Rosie.
Let me roll for damage.
Let me real quick.
Rosie, go
Give
ahead.
me a dex saving throw.
While we're on our way, I want to just send a quick sending to
Gilmarie.
it was gonna be Gilmarie, but now I'm gonna send a quick sending to Wilmarie.
Okay. All right.
And it's gonna say hello. It's me, Rosie. I'm sure Gil told you. I'm back. We are on our way to Livvariia, and we are so excited. Love you.
You hear back. Rosie, I did hear about your return. That is good news. I'm glad to hear you are making your way here. See you soon. You too.
None of you know why, but you just hear Rosie go, "Oh, she is cold."
All right, so
Did you touch the dagger again? Are you seeing things?
you continue to make your way, and you know what? You're gonna have to believe me. But Edmund rolled a 7. So
Ooh!
Edmund kind of
Thank you,
stops.
Edmund.
Edmund kind of stops the party for a second. He says, "Oh wait, guys, He points as you get into the tree line, about 300 feet away from you. in the edge of the tree line, making its way towards you, but not focusing on you, is a squadron, a small, maybe even a size of a platoon soldier, Bahathian soldiers, who are making their way to flanking the northern side of the city of Barrington through the tree line, unseen.
Oh god.
So you definitely see them before they see you. It's like they're being sneaky enough to not be seen from the city of Barrington itself, but they're not necessarily quiet enough that you don't hear them and see them in the forest. So he kind of points to those people. Do we? Sorry, go ahead, bro.
Zach, just so you know, I have, as one of my ranger abilities, Natural Explorer, and
Okay.
my favorite terrain is Forest.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of stuff. My proficiency bonus is doubled for proficient skills, for intelligence and wisdom checks related to the forest.
Okay.
Once I've been in the forest an hour or more, difficult terrain doesn't slow the whole group.
Okay.
And we can't become lost except by magical means.
Okay.
And I remain alert to danger even when engaged in other activities. And I can move stealthily at a normal pace if I'm by myself. And I find twice as much food while foraging. And while tracking creatures, I learn the exact number, sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
Amazing.
We got a fucking nerd on our
And
team.
Amazing.
Ranger.
While I process that information, Morton.
How far away are these
300 feet.
soldiers? Oh, that's right. You said that.
Yeah, no worries. So in that moment, Edmund says, right, so do we hunker down here, hide, or do we keep going and just try to keep our heads down?
I say get the fuck down. They're probably on the alert.
I'm fine. Either one makes sense to me. We just need to
We
make a
got the
decision.
extra stealthiness, right? I mean, I don't
Yeah.
want to like
We
hunker
got
down and they
shadows.
just hang out there. I think if we just give them a wide berth and
Yeah, I
just
feel like real
keep
wide
moving.
berth.
Just remember, you don't have to do any talking.
All you have to do is walk, all right?
moving.
I introduce myself.
Hello.
Let's go ahead and get a group stealth check.
Oh god.
We still have passed
No.
without a trace?
Pay
You
no
do.
attention to the man that looks
Yeah.
like the king.
You do
God
still
damn
have
it.
pass without a trace. Chad, for you, the way the plinths are going to happen here is you need to roll at disadvantage.
God bless the +10 plus my +6,
Yeah.
because
I
that
know.
just threw me
18.
straight up to 24.
Oh no, disadvantage! How
18.
dare you?
18 with a +10.
18 with a +10.
I got
Oh,
a
shit.
16
Okay.
with a +10.
Oh
Wow.
no, guys! Oh
I got a
no.
24.
Okay, 24.
24.
I have disadvantage because
Uh-huh.
of my heavy armor, and I got a 28.
Nice. Chad?
With disadvantage, 16.
Okay. That is still above the 15 that is required.
God damn.
So you all make your way past these soldiers. They do definitely seem to be focused on the city of Barrington. And you actually, as you get a little bit further away, you see that they're kind of stopping and starting to set up camp. This is clearly looking to be a cutting off of Barrington's resources and a true siege. The city of Barrington, as Rosie would know for sure, is one of the most defensible cities in all of Tayaroth because of the very tall concrete walls that surround it. And the fact that within the city of Barrington itself, just to remind you, it's located on a hill, so everything kind of rises up, giving very good eyesight all the way around. So a siege is definitely the proper strategy to take on a city like this, and that is what you see going underway here. But as you continue on, you make your way throughout the Illadrin Wilds, throughout the night. It is a chilly evening, but not cold. The Illadrin Wilds, you've all been in them before. You had to go through them to get to the Forshee mines, but that was on an established path. You're in a little bit more of a thick brush area. The Illadrin Wilds is a mystical place, especially at night. The rays of moonlight kind of hitting the leaves, cascading down, causing patterns that almost hypnotize you with their shadows as you continue your trek forward. The branches and curvature of the trees twist and bend, causing you to think at one second there's someone standing over there watching you, and then the next you notice it to be the foliage that it is. It's definitely a tricky place. Maewyn is a huge help here, though, and is really able to kind of, especially the more time that she spends. You've already spent some time, so that helps. And then the more time you're spending as you start to trek forward, you feel like you start to understand this place. You feel like this place is not menacing. It's not something that you should feel threatened by. It is just an ancient organism within itself that exists outside of time and exists outside of the world as you know it and will continue to after you are long gone. And it feels the same way about you that you do about the passing ant underneath your feet. It's much larger and harder to comprehend than a normal young grove of trees, something like that. So it is not a menacing thing, but it is also not something that is easy to make your way through. It is something that does not give and bend to the will of men making their paths. So it takes you some time to cover ground, but eventually you're able to get a little bit faster, and after a while, the moon is very high in the sky. You feel like you've been traveling for an hour or so. You're probably getting close to midnight. And you find a nice little moonlit clearing that's only about 30 feet across, but it's enough to give a nice little area that seems well lit and safe, and a place where you can maybe lay your heads for the evening.
Oh, thank goodness.
This looks good. This should be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could all use some rest. No, I could.
Yeah, let's go ahead and set that Mobius down here. There you go.
Mobius just kind of nods to you, and Rosie, yeah.
Could I, without using a spell to give hit points back, I'm proficient in medicine.
Yeah.
Spend some time tonight tending to the wounds of the plinths and helping them heal a little bit.
For sure. I mean, I don't want to make a decision for another character, but I would say perhaps that Morton would see you doing this and would offer the supplies within his healing kit, and maybe even observe and kind of learn from Rosie in this moment.
What do you want to learn about medicines?
I mean, I was planning on looking at my spell book and my alchemical book, so I think this is a good.
Yeah,
good
sometimes
combination
you
of
just
all
can't
sorts of things.
learn things from books. You gotta do real life.
That's part of the reason why I left.
And I would help him. Yeah, walk him through kind of what.
I would try and, while she's doing that, look in the alchemical. I assume there's some anatomical things in the book because I have to deal with potions and healer kit, and I'm doing the so this
for sure, making notes in the margins of the book and stuff like that. Yeah,
definitely trying to combine, and then looking in the spell book as I can to figure out new things.
Yeah, amazing. What else do people do?
I'm gonna go try.
I'll come back to you.
Something yummy to eat.
Okay, all right.
Sick of these rations.
Cuinn, do you accompany your sister, or do you stay back?
I'm just gonna hold her back.
You're right.
I'm gonna cast Identify ritually on the ruby, the sphere, and the blade.
Okay, perfect. I'll
just spend some time doing that.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. Flint, what are you gonna do?
I'm grumpy and muttering about the forest.
Yeah, amazing.
a beautiful piece of nature, and you're just like, fuck this.
It's too green. What is this?
Amazing. Chad, what about you? What are you doing?
I'll check out my bedroll and just basically make a sleeping area for my family, and just try to find softest leaves or something of just I only have my bedroll, but just make them as comfortable as possible as they're getting healed, and sit them down, give them some of my rations, give them food, all of that, and just really helicopter bomb them as much as possible.
Amazing. All right, so Flint.
I know what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
Oh no.
I am going to cast a spell.
Okay.
I am going to cast the spell Create Food and Water while May is out. getting food.
Oh my god.
It's back.
Amazing.
I didn't take that spell.
Amazing. What do you yeah, we'll go ahead and start with that. So everybody's kind of setting up camp. What do you do, Flint? What happens narratively here?
You create 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water on the ground or in containers within range.
Okay.
So what do I create? What kind of food do I create? I just create a big mound of live centipedes.
Oh, God.
But they're nourishing and bland. But a little bit bland. And,
well, thank God they at least have structure other than fucking wafers.
There's no way. I mean, the centipede.
Okay, so yeah, you sit down on the ground. You're kind of mad about this forest shit. Especially like not only are you in the forest, but now you can see the moons. It's like the sky's above you, and it's you can see all the stars. Amazing.
Oh, great! There's lights in the sky that are distant planets. So fun.
God, it's just like who needs it? And as you're kind of sitting there thinking about that, you kind of your stomach starts to growl. You think about how hungry you are, and you just kind of latch on to that feeling, and you keep thinking about how hungry you are, and then you hear this whooshing, this swirling tornado of wind, very faint in the back of your mind. It kind of grows ever so slightly the more you think about how hungry you truly are. And you're kind of looking at the ground, like pulling at the grass, just trying to create a patch of dirt at least for you to look at, something pleasant. And as you're doing that, you feel the mound of earth kind of move, and it just, not in a violent way, but just kind of explodes forth as the ground breaks, and then just this mound of writhing, moving centipedes just appears on the ground.
I kind of just absentmindedly just like pick off all the legs of one and pop it in.
It's I mean, you said it's a little bland, so it's a little bland.
Yeah, the food is bland but nourishing.
Yeah, but
That's pure protein.
But the pure texture and the pure nostalgia that it gives you is
Yeah. All right, everyone can jump in here if you want.
I'm good.
Jumping on what? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, what is that? How'd you do? Wait a minute. I don't really know how to comprehend what's going on. I'm just not really going to deal with it, quite frankly.
No.
What do you mean
May
jump in?
May just kind of slips away as soon as she sees this is happening.
If you could hurry back, May, that'd be awesome.
Okay, so May, go ahead and make a survival check at advantage.
Okay. May also would not be just looking for food. She's sort of living her best life out here and explores and maybe starts to like, I don't know, like she starts to run and she has this moment of just really being sad that Batty's not there, and in thinking of Batty unintentionally wild shapes for the first time.
Okay,
into
so
a giant badger.
Oh.
So you're just kind of sprinting through the forest and just kind of running, and you're feeling these emotions, and as you do, you feel yourself like, you know, bobbing your head and really like using your whole body to get into this run, and then you just kind of feel your hands start to move in just a more natural way. It feels better. It's a better way to traverse, and you start to think about Batty and feel that way, and you subconsciously you see your arms, your fingers lengthen and harden into claws, and fur of deep gray and black starts to cover your arms, and you feel your muscles strengthen in your legs and your arms, and you feel your neck widen, and your senses become more sharp, and you don't necessarily know how you did it or what it means, but yeah, you've wild shaped into a giant bat.
And I got a 22 survival check.
22.
Yeah.
You immediately start to sniff around. What are you looking for? What's Maewyn looking for? Like, are you looking for nuts and berries, or also looking for meat of some kind? I don't know if you're a hunter at all.
I probably would, if I would be like specifically looking for like nuts and berries, but then if I did come across any like animal, I probably would be like, oh, that would look really cool.
Okay, so what you do is you're starting to sniff around, and with your badger senses, your sense of smell is increased tenfold, and you're able to find a healthy, ripe blueberry bush. And your giant claws make it very easy to rake off the berries onto the ground that you can put into your satchel. And you walk over to another bush, and you kind of do the same, and you hear this bubbling, and you sniff the air, and you feel water in the air, and you go past this ridge and see a small stream that is making its way through the Illusion Wilds. And in there you see these nice, good-sized fish that have this kind of goldish red tint to them. And you use your lightning-fast reflexes to kind of just stab your claws in the water over and over, and before you know it, you are kind of laughing to yourself, and you hear your laughter as you have wild shaped back into a halfling. And you're putting blueberries in your sack, a good 3 pounds of blueberries from this giant badger, just like scraping them off, and then like 3 nice big sized fish that you're able to kind of put in your sack as well. And you make your way back?
Yeah, I would make my way back and be like unreasonably happy for having just foraging.
Amazing. So you come back to the camp, and you see that Morton and Rosie are finishing up helping Mobius and Lena, and Mobius, kind of before Rosie was even done, has passed out and is sleeping and resting.
You're gonna say passed away.
And Lena is pretty much about to do the same. And you see that Chad is standing over Lena, and Lena just has one hand on your face. Chad looks at you kind of weakly and says, I knew you were coming back. I'm so happy.
I miss you too, and I'm so sorry I was gone for so long.
You wouldn't have been under control. You don't have to be.
Get some rest.
She kind of starts to roll over and starts to fall asleep, and then she wakes up for a second, reaches out and grabs your hand. Talk to you.
Yeah.
She kind of nods off. You hold her hand until she falls asleep, and then feel like you're able to let go.
I'll give her a little kiss on the forehead. Go do the same to my dad, who's already passed up. I'm sure I wouldn't disturb him at all.
Yeah, no.
And then I'll go just sit next to Laura.
She's currently sitting in front of the fire. Edmund's on the other side, kind of just whittling away at a larger stick, so he's out of earshot. Quinn, what are you doing as Maewyn returns?
I mean, I don't know how long she was gone, but just casting Identify.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Okay, so yes, let's do that now. The Rusifta Ruby. The Rusifta Ruby is, actually, I don't remember the name. It's a gem. I just forget which gem it is. It is an elemental gem. And it is a fire elemental gem. It says in the book that it's a corundum, but we're going to call it a ruby. And basically, if you... once again, the narrative says break the gem. This is just like an activation of the gem. You can cast Conjure Elemental, and you can do this once per 7 days.
Oh wow, okay.
Do
you have to attune to it?
Yes, you do have to attune to it. Yep. Oh wait, no. Sorry, you do not have to attune to it. Nope. You do not have to attune to it. Nope.
There's a conjure elemental. It doesn't have to be a fire elemental, or it could be.
Yeah, fire elemental. Sorry, you cast the spell conjure elemental, but it is a fire elemental.
Okay, cool.
And you can do this once per 7 days.
The worst elemental.
Says you
control over the fire elemental.
It's the spell conjure elemental, so yes.
I'll look that up.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. The element is friendly. The elemental is friendly to you and your companions for the duration. You roll initiative for it. You don't have to issue any commands. It just knows what it knows what you want it to do. But if your concentration is broken, the elemental doesn't disappear. Instead, you lose control of it, and it becomes hostile towards you and your companions. So there is a bit of a risk-reward thing there. So that is the ruby. The orb, it's not a thing in the book. It is just what I described on last session, which is it is a teleporting orb that has a partner, and twice per day you can use one to get to the other. It's pretty simple. And then once they are used, they can be moved, but they are solid and unmovable, almost like the immovable rod, once they are set up. So basically, there's a magical word in order to set them. So like tomorrow when you wake up, the orb's not going to be activated. You're going to have to activate it again. So that does mean, now that you've cast Identify on this, you know that they're not going to be able to teleport to you. They can activate theirs on their end, but you would have to also activate it in order to make it active.
So if I activate mine, I wouldn't be able to go
unless they've activated theirs. Yeah.
Would I know? Am I able to know if they've activated theirs?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You are. And as of now, they have not. So that is that. And then the dagger. Wow, I didn't write any of these down, so I'm just having to find them again. I don't know why I didn't write them down. 'Cause I'm a good boy. Nailed it. Ooh-oh.
What are the stats of a fire elemental? They're probably pretty low level, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, duh. Yeah, how could I forget this? The sword, it is a short sword, and it is a dancing sword. So you can use a bonus action to toss this magic sword into the air and speak the command word. When you do so, the sword begins to hover, flies up to 30 feet, and attacks one creature of your choice within 5 feet of it. It is a short sword, so it is 1d6. When the sword hovers, you can use a bonus action to fly it up to 30 feet. After the hovering sword attacks for the 4th time, it flies up to 33 feet to try to return to your hand. If you have no hand free, it falls to the ground at your feet. So that is that. And so it's not concentration. Like once you set it up, like you can have spells going and stuff like that too. But it would still cost a bonus action to move it.
Cool.
Yup. So you figure all that out, and Maewyn kind of returns. Flint still munching away on his grubs, slimy yet satisfying, and Maewyn returns with a big smile on her face and a smorgasbord of berries and some nice sized fish.
Hey guys, look. Oh, thank Dune.
Thank you.
Well done, Maewyn. That's amazing.
Lovely.
A little bit different reaction to when I provided food.
Flint, I'm so sorry, but you have to understand that bugs are not outside of dwarves' delicacy, right?
Yeah, that's fine. This 45 pounds of bugs go bad after 24 hours, so.
They're bugs.
You
Don't
better
they just
start eating.
Don't
When
they
they
just,
are-
like,
they're running away already. Like they're not even they're like everywhere.
Can you grab them? Oh, I'm running away.
You made so many bugs alive.
I just
That was a
immediately
misstep.
start preparing the
Creative
fish.
life. You start preparing the fish. Okay. Chad, you're sitting at the fire. Laura kind of laughs at what's happening, and then looks over at you, and she says, "Hey, I just want to say, I'm sorry for getting so mad when I first saw you. I thought you were him, and I don't know. This might be weird to say, but it's kind of hard to look at you in a way."
Yeah. Kind of wish I didn't cut my hair. It was a backup plan. That was probably a bad plan anyway for me to pretend to be him. So I cut my hair so it'd be more believable. And
I liked your long hair.
yeah, me too, honestly. But I mean, it'll grow back. It just sucks that I do look like him for foreseeable future.
I guess I look a little different to you then too, huh?
little bit, yeah.
It's been a long time. It feels so weird to talk to you, honestly. I mean, I was 8, and I don't know. You were much bigger. You're a lot smaller than I remember.
You're a lot bigger than I remember. So, yeah.
It is you, isn't it? This isn't some dream.
No. Kind of wish it was, and wake up 15 years ago again. But longer it goes on, the more I don't think that's the case.
Where were you?
I don't honestly fully know. We were taken away to, I guess, another plane of existence or something. And put through this trial by this deity that we thought was one deity, but turned out to be a different one. And then when we woke up from that, we were in the same room, but had the door revealed to us just outside of Barrington. And somehow 15 years had gone by.
Wait, so it hasn't felt like 15 years to you?
It was a night to us, if that. Hours, maybe.
Can't even wrap my head around that.
Yeah, me either. There's
that must be
a lot of stuff I can't wrap my head around that I've learned in the last 2 months.
So what are you gonna do now?
We're gonna find this elf city, hopefully. We have friends there, and we have some stuff that we think someone there can take care of. And after that, probably continue traveling. But I honestly don't know. I mean, clearly lots happened in one night for us, and we got to kind of regroup and figure out what we're gonna do.
Are you gonna
but
kill
we're gonna
him?
stop him. Yes.
Good. I do kind of have a surprise for you.
You do?
Well, it's not technically me because I had to do it under a disguise because Mom and Dad wouldn't let me do it as me. But I'm kind of where I used to be. I was for a brief time, I was the champion of Fallen.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm actually a pretty good fighter now.
And that doesn't surprise me. Even at 8, I knew you'd be a good fighter. All right, what was your stage name? Lay it on me.
It's embarrassing.
I thought Chadreamy wasn't embarrassing when I first thought of it, but it worked.
Well, it was kind of based off of you.
Mm-hmm.
Maewyn Strongjaw.
I like it.
It had been long enough when I thought that people didn't really remember your last name. He destroyed all your statues. Basically any sign that you were ever a champion. Those who knew what I was doing. They cheered for me. It was kind of like a little act of rebellion. But I think it might be how they found us. She starts to just pretty immediately and pretty uncontrollably sob. And just 15 years of pent-up emotions is let out in this moment, and in front of you, you see your 8-year-old sister.
That just pulls her in and just holds her and occasionally says, "Wasn't your fault. It's gonna be okay." And just as much as he can do to reassure her, but mostly just stays quiet and lets her let it out for as long as she needs.
As this happens, does anybody else do anything for the evening before you all head to sleep? Morton?
I would continue reading through the alchemy book and the spell book after all of that, and like making notes, but like thoroughly studying them more to get, more knowledge and maybe some more abilities.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll. I think it was just straight intelligence check for me.
Mm-hmm. Hey, not too bad. That's an 18.
18. Okay. What? You're currently able to make what exactly? What did I say?
Why did you? Don't ever.
I think it said I 2 vials of poison.
Something like that. What did I? Oh, I didn't type it into thing. I'm usually good about typing it into the engine.
Yeah, and it costs you half of the price of of what it normally would, just in supplies.
Yeah.
So now what I will say is
no, I got it. I found it.
Okay.
Yeah, it says can now take 2 hours to make 1 vial of poison with 3 uses. Give poison condition and give 1d6 damage.
Okay.
That's what I have written.
Yeah, and it would cost you the supplies of half of a bottle of poison from like the store. So now what I'm going to say is that time has been halved to 1 hour. Cool. It's still 3 uses. It is free for you. You don't have to pay. Like, we'll just like say that you're able to like forage for the supplies as long as you take the time to do so. Like that's a part of the hour. However, just based off of like mechanics, I like narratively, I'm not quite sure how to say it, but you can only have 3 uses at a time. You have to use those 3 uses, and then you have to spend another hour. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what. Yeah. So that's it.
Yep.
So as long as you have the time and can take an hour, you will always pretty much have a vial of poison with 3 uses.
Cool. And I definitely, like, to myself while reading, I'm like, man, they really start off with the what can kill you first and not what can Weird book.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, so anybody else doing anything before Cuinn?
I attuned.
Maewyn, I'll see you next.
Sword.
Okay. You attune to the short sword, and you kind of swing it a couple of times, just practicing. And as you do, you just naturally feel yourself letting go of it, and it mirrors your movements. And then you're finding yourself able to not even move your hand along with it, and it's just kind of able to do what you want at your whim. And
I don't know if it's canon, but I imagine that I'm dancing. I'm the one that's
amazing. Well, what I was gonna say is, first of all, you totally can. What I was gonna say is, you actually hear as the sword swings through open air, it almost sounds like musical notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm also dancing.
Amazing. Maewyn.
I would want to talk to Cuinn, so I'll like go up to him as he's doing this.
Okay, yeah.
Hey Cuinn.
Oh, hey, me.
That's cool.
Sword will go back to my hand. Yeah, this is what I don't know why our parents had this, but that's what they have.
Cool, that's cool. I also did something cool today.
I would love to hear about it.
I turned into baddie.
Like a badger?
Yeah.
You could turn into a badger?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know I could, but I did.
You're fucking with me. I don't believe you.
I don't know if I can do it. Okay, let me try.
No, all right.
Really concentrate. And I use my second wild shape of the day.
Yeah, you see her just kind of like concentrating, and she just animorphs into a giant badger.
As a badger, I'm like,
holy shit! That was disgusting! That was amazing!
I couldn't help but notice that Maewyn just turned into a giant badger.
Yeah, she could, can you speak? Can you talk?
Try to speak.
Yeah, she tries to speak, and just like some squeaks come out. Well, can you understand us? It's pretty amazing.
That's the coolest thing I've seen in a long time.
Is there anything else that you could turn into? All right, fair enough.
I turn back into May. I don't know.
Holy shit, that was awesome.
But your something in me tells me I can't do this again today.
Oh,
they didn't.
Right. Yeah. I was just saying your clothes didn't rip or like.
Oh, okay. I thought you said they didn't reappear.
No. You see Edmund blush, and he says, "No, that's not what that is."
I don't like that. I don't like this.
My turn.
Do you say that? Okay.
Yeah.
He looks over you. He's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna hit the hay," and he just walks away.
Yeah, you better.
Man.
What?
I don't get in the middle of your shit.
And I would hope that you wouldn't.
Just think about that for a little while.
All right. I did find there was something that, you know how I disappeared for like 6 seconds?
Oh yeah, we should talk about that.
Well, we can use this if it's activated on the other side to go to Bayhoth 2 times a day, so 2 people.
Just like to Bayhoth, like where in Bayhoth?
I went to our parents' vault.
Okay, wait, can they get to us from the vault? Then?
Well, we both have to activate it, so they have to activate it on their end, and I have to activate it on my end.
Did you see anyone?
I don't know. I think I just saw like people I didn't recognize, like guards or something, maybe, or heard people.
You heard people from the outside, like knowing that something had been triggered, and then a chain net fell, but you avoided it.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody, but I heard people.
That could be useful.
Yeah, I did leave something behind.
What'd you leave?
Kind of like a calling card. The pocket watch.
Okay.
Yeah, so they
why not?
got rid of that. So they might know it's us, maybe once they figure it out.
It.
But, yeah, fuck it.
At this point.
I mean, Rosie pretty much outed that we were alive.
Yeah. I mean, I did yell your name when you disappeared. Also.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they heard it or not, but I did do that.
Okay, good.
And at this point, they definitely know they were also charmed by themselves.
Absolutely.
Hey, we can both do that.
When did you learn how to do that?
I don't know. It's new. I got a lot of new stuff lately.
Do you think they had a funeral for us? It's been on my mind. I don't know lately.
I mean,
not to bring the mood down.
Gelberg said he didn't think they cared. I feel like he would know if they had, right?
I always imagine my funeral is like a party. So.
Well, we can make sure that happens because they're not gonna throw a party for us.
Was that a threat?
Yeah, I feel like. How do you know I'm gonna die first?
No. I mean, someone else will do it. We're gonna die at the exact same time.
Exact same moment.
Obviously,
yeah. There's no other way to do it.
All right, cool.
Suicide pact.
All right, let's go finish those blueberries.
Let's eat some fish.
Can we just all keep it down? I'm trying to read.
Chill. Have some blueberries, man.
Anybody else do anything before they head to bed? All right.
We'll take watches in twos and pairs.
I was just gonna say, Chad is probably gonna be up as much of the night worrying about his family, and take the point of exhaustion if needed. But I don't think Chad's gonna be able to sleep tonight.
I would take a watch with Chad, specifically to eventually help and lull Chad into a sleep, so that they do not at least attempt. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But Morton's gonna try and be a soothing presence to try and be like, "Hey, buddy."
Yeah.
I get it. We've got it. You gotta sleep.
Yeah, Edmund helps Morton in that endeavor, and also makes sure that he takes a watch. And I'll just say, for the sake of brevity, that those who take watches are listen. It just is a good phrase that you are all able to. I'm so mad right now in this moment. You are all able to sleep throughout the evening. Maewyn, since you also said that you took a watch, we'll have you be the third person. You were the last person to say it, and as the sun begins to rise, and as the pale blue sky begins to take over, you hear a noise coming from further into the forest. It sounds like
I stab whatever it is.
Can I make like a nature check to see if I can figure out if this?
You don't need to. It sounds like a sad cat.
I mean,
is that mine?
That was really specific.
I'm sorry if this is the wrong decision, but Maewyn would go find the sad cat.
You're asleep, Morton.
I was literally about to ask.
No, you're fine. You go around behind a tree that's like 20 feet away, and kind of stuck in these vines amongst the tree, you see a small, pale blonde, almost white cat that looks like this.
Oh my gosh.
Boop.
Whoa.
That is a majestic cat.
And it does seem to have maybe a little bit of like an ethereal quality about it, but it's a cat. It's right there in front of you.
That cat's a Rakshasa. We're fine.
I would definitely free it.
Yeah, you do so pretty easily.
Give it some good pets.
Go ahead.
Conjure fire elemental.
I think I have an ability, maybe not.
Poison the cat.
I thought I maybe had an ability that was like animal bond, something. I don't know.
Animal friendship?
Yeah, I think I had that prepared at some point, and now I don't. Anyway, I would, try to very carefully, lovingly, like, feeling it out, try not to spook it.
Yeah, make an animal handling check at advantage.
Ooh, 24.
You are able to free the cat, and it immediately starts to purr and mew softly as it rubs up against your leg.
I would give it lots of pets, and then I would try to lead it back to the camp to give it some fish.
As soon as you start taking steps away, it just like happily trots after you.
Baby.
You get back to the campfire, and it immediately starts to sniff the air with these cute little sniffs. Everyone else is starting to wake up. You see Maewyn kind of looking over her shoulder, and you see just like a little furry friend following her.
What's this one's name?
As I saw it, I'd be like, shh.
What,
Huh?
Is that a domesticated cat in the middle of a forest?
It's a cat, that's for sure.
No. Domesticated. That is not a cat you find in the wild.
Can anyone talk to animals?
She just did.
Yeah, I did. I found this in the wild. It was stuck in a little bush, and I freed it, and it followed me back.
Morton, as you're talking, the cat comes up to you and starts to rub on your leg.
Like, I'm still suspicious, but who can resist? So I start scratching.
You start scritching, and it kind of flops over and shows you its belly.
I go, ooh.
I can talk to the cat, but I can't understand it.
I have comprehend languages. I can understand it.
I'm not gonna let that fly.
That would be fucking hilarious to witness. I look up. So, like, super cute. What are we suspicious? Are we dangerous? What's up?
I mean, it's a cat.
Right, but we've run into a lot of things. Like, we thought Mask was an evil deity.
I can identify it.
It's a cat.
Yeah, identify it. Maybe you can find out its name.
I will cast the spell, not ritually, because we gotta go. Identify it. See if there's any spells that are effective.
There are no spells affecting this creature. This seems to be a organic beast, a live thing.
Well, I've taken a good long look at it, and it's a cat.
It's just playfully batting at you, and it is a she. I will say, with the spell identify, it's a she.
I don't know why I'm stressing.
Just lifted the tail.
Did you find out her name?
Yeah. It's no, I didn't. It's your cat now, mate. You can name it. I'm sure it'll like whatever name you give it.
Okay. Let's.
You can think about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna think about it. I'll look at the cat and say, "Do you want to come with us?"
Yeah.
Okay. Cat's gonna come with us.
You understood that? How?
Did you not?
It just jumps up and nestles into your sack and has.
She's just a baddie, so I feel like this isn't that weird.
Hey, do you want some centipedes, cat?
Just kind of tilts his head. Tilts his head, looking at you.
Are there any left? I think they all ran away. I don't even
35
see
pounds of centipedes.
Flint's very bloated.
Yeah, no, we heard you the whole night.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Usually it's just the snoring, but we had it from both ends last evening.
It was actually pretty musical.
Yeah, I like a little white noise in the forest.
Unfortunately, I have to agree.
Unfortunately.
You seem to hit a perfect A440.
As we're getting ready to go, I want to cast one of my new spells, Good Berry.
Okay.
Which is 10 berries. They're 1 hit point each, but it gives you all the nourishment you'll need for the day. Or all the nutrients you'll need for the day.
Wow. Maewyn's really just like stepping on Flint's territory.
So we have to stab the berries before we can use them since they have 1 HP.
Kill it.
It takes you an action to eat it, and I have 10 of them. So that's 10 of us, right?
The plinths each take 1, happily so. They're already feeling and looking a little better today after having like an actual nice night's sleep. Chad, your parents are older now, and it's definitely hitting you in the morning. Like they're harder to get moving around. They're also just like less talkative. That's part of the malnourished part, though. But it is, I mean, it's just to remind you of like where your character's head at. Like it's a sight to see, and it's something that's that Chad's dealing with for sure. Whereas Lara might be somewhat pleasant in certain ways. Like having kind of like maybe even a closer connection available there to you.
Right.
That's mirrored with the like negative effects of seeing your kind of youthful parents, not youthful. And a part of everything that's happening is being malnourished, but that you so clearly missed a chunk of their life. And that's hard to see.
Yeah, as we would continue traveling, he still helicopter moms, and every little stick they slightly stumble over, he's like, "Oh, you okay?
Yeah, your dad's like, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. And every once in a while, your dad will put his hand on your shoulder, just kind of smile at you and not say anything, keep going, just every once in a while. Mm-hmm. He's very clearly happy to see you. And as you all continue throughout the forest, a couple hours pass, and all of a sudden, yes, Rosie.
I was just gonna ask how far, how much more travel
do you feel like you
anticipate?
Oh, you don't know?
Okay.
You truly don't know? Yeah. You just know that
I'm concentrating. I'm thinking of Will Murray and Gil Murray and
for
trying
sure.
to make this happen faster.
I will say you do know enough to know that with you being there and with you, you're definitely not going to take as long as maybe people who are unaware of the city would. Mm-hmm. You don't see yourself spending more than a few days without getting there. Could be this this evening, could be a couple days from now, but you're pretty confident that it won't be much longer. All of a sudden, as you're walking, there is a rift of blue light that appears right in front of your party, and it splits open, and a figure steps out of it. He's wearing nobleman's clothes, a long blue coat and a blue vest with a little ascot. He has short black hair that's kind of slightly wavy and swept back. He's wearing black spectacles. He has a angular face, and he kind of pops through and just looks at all of you, very confused. Hello?
Who are you?
Oh, hi.
State your business.
He kind of looks around. My name is Ray Waterston. This is not Livvariia.
No. Where did you come from, handsome stranger?
I'm from Fishar.
Insight check. What the fuck?
Yeah, roll an
Fishar?
Insight check.
Is that north or south?
That's much further south. It's the city south of Sildira.
I got a nat 20 minus 1 makes it a 19.
I mean, he is lying to you. Lying. But you don't, but I'll say with a nat 20, I will say you are very familiar with people protecting information about themselves. Mm-hmm. And that seems to be what he is doing. He doesn't seem to be maliciously lying, but he is lying.
Right. I look at him. I still got my rapier out because, what the fuck?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I just go, all right. Give us a reason to not be mistrustful of you showing up directly in front of us.
I can't.
I'll make my short sword dance up to him.
Whoa! Hey, that's. He waves his hand and the sword falls.
Work over.
He waves his hand and the sword falls.
Yeah. It's just a little dispel magic. It's fine.
Is the blue line still there?
No, it's gone.
All right. Empty your pockets.
Morton.
Well, hey, I understand this is a very strange thing. He pulls out a short sword that he has very carefully and places it on the ground. He reaches into a pouch inside of his jacket and pulls out what Morton clearly recognized a spell book and puts it on the ground. And then he pulls out a small pouch of coins and puts it on the ground. And then he shows you the sleeves on the inside.
Did you say he was an elf?
He is not an elf. He does have slightly pointy ears, but he's not an elf. No, he's
okay.
Okay,
just for fun.
In the image I meant, he had
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, what?
Open the coin pouch and let's see what's inside, just to make sure there's no surprises.
It's gonna be so hard to. Okay.
I tilt the sword up and I go, I get it.
He takes the coin pouch and like dumps it onto his hands, trying to catch most of it.
I look at it. Does anything seem out of place?
No, but he does have a good chunk of platinum on him.
Take a couple steps away from the coin.
They're in my hand, and no, I'm not. If you're gonna rob me, we're gonna have a different problem here.
We're not gonna rob you. We're on edge. I don't know if you know the state of affairs going on.
Listen, I'm looking
south of us.
I'm looking for my friend. I thought I was going to her in Livvariia, but I came here instead. I did hear that the Illidren Wilds are my friend.
Yeah, who's your friend? I'll like step up like very curiously.
Raina.
Yes. We know Raina. Do we know Raina?
You don't know Raina, no. He says she was sent here to help her friend Will Marie, and so I'm here to.
I know Will Marie.
Will Marie what? Will Marie, what's the last name? Maybe it's a different Will Marie.
He says
a lot of
Will Marie Grayskin.
Is that the same Will Marie? I don't know Will Marie's last
name. We've never talked about
Rosie, you do know that Gil Marie's maiden name and Will Marie's last name is Grayskin.
Yeah, that's her.
Does my nat 20 let me know that this is an honest...
He is being overtly honest with you. And also with a nat 20, he's doing everything that he's doing, but you also notice that he's completely surveying everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a confidence about this. He does not feel like he is in danger in this moment.
I do this and I go, Flint?
Yes.
Come here for a moment.
I step forward tentatively.
Ray?
Yes, as he's putting coins in his pouch.
Hold out your hand.
He holds out his hand.
Flint?
Good luck, buddy.
I look at Flint dead in the eyes, as if I've never said anything more serious, and I go, do what you do.
All right, I nod solemnly to Morton. I turn to Ray. Listen here, buddy.
He starts to pull his hand back.
You're going to give me a handshake right now.
A handshake?
Yes.
Just want a handshake?
Yes.
I tilt the rapier up a little bit more.
He puts out his handshake and he puts out his hand and gives it to you.
All right, I take it and I squeeze pretty hard, pretty firm.
He winces for just a second, noticing what you're doing, and looks at you and kind of tilts his head and squeezes his hand. He's not as strong as you are, but you can see him trying to like confidently like put on an air of like strength.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yes, you too. Great. Good handshake.
As I see him fucking with his hand, I go, "You all right?" And I put my rapier. Sorry about that. We've
No, I understand. This is a very strange situation. Do any of you know Raina?
Nope.
Oh,
is there anything I can roll for a history or intelligence?
No. I mean, yeah, you know Rain.
I know.
We know Rain. Yeah.
Wait. You know. I'm sorry.
I didn't say that.
You know Will Marie?
I know Will Marie.
You do?
Yeah, she's my mother-in-law.
You're married to Gil Marie. You're Rosie.
Yes.
She's mentioned you. Wow.
Will
well,
Marie or Gil Marie?
Will Marie.
Both.
I've never met Gil Marie. I know of Gil Marie, but
well, I hope it's good.
Oh, she's told me that you've made her daughter the happiest she's ever been.
Well, that's nice.
As much as she might.
How recently have you heard that?
The last time I talked to Will Marie was about 10 years ago.
Yep. Okay. Excuse me for a moment, and I'm gonna
just keep walking.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. You just go away. Are all of you heading to the? If you know Muma, are you heading to the city of Livvariia?
Maybe.
Yeah, we are.
Would you mind horribly if I joined? If you do, I can make my own way. That's fine.
No, I'd actually love to chat with you. I'm a big fan of this style you've got going on, and I'm a fledgling magic use of myself, I would love to have a conversation with you.
Really? With the rapier to my face, I didn't think so.
Yeah, well, I was nervous. As nervous as anyone. If I appeared in front of you out of nowhere, I'm sure you'd be nervous as well. But no, please, let's. We're just kind of walking until we find it.
We could show you the way for a small fee.
No, why?
I've met many of you, my friend.
Only one me, baby.
Except for the other guy.
You remind me of someone I know. Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate it. I will definitely have a conversation with you. And we should probably be on our way. Time is of the essence.
Don't we know it?
Oh, wonderful. And he turns and he starts to walk. Everybody's kind of like looking at each other, but does kind of continue to walk. And Morton, as you talk to Ray, he very vaguely answers your question. He tells you that he is not trying to be rude, but that he is he's very protective over who he is, and there's good reason for it. And every time you push him to the point of like, well, I'm just trying to get you to answer this question or something like that, he'll say like, listen, I can go and make my own way. I'm not trying to impede. But I don't want to talk, or something like that. So
One specific question I ask at the end of it.
Yeah.
Because I definitely, like, the first thing I said to him was like, so where are you really from? Like, what the fuck?
When you say that, he'll say, okay, well, I'm obviously not from Tayaroth.
Yeah. No, I got that. I got that, and I say that as confidently as possible. But...
Yeah. I mean you no harm, and I am good friends with Milmarie, and maybe
Milmarie? All right, I stand.
And maybe we can talk more about it once I've spoken with her.
That's all right. That's quite all right.
I appreciate it.
Yes, of course. Last question for you before I just start shooting the shit, because it's a long trip, or maybe not, I don't know. Do you know anything about, fuck, I've already forgotten the name even though I wrote it down. Do you know anything about a Cyric? You ever heard that name?
Yes. God of Lies.
Yes. We did have a run-in with Cyric.
With the God of Lies?
I look at him with the like, bitch, don't. But yes.
He kind of, you see him look at you, and you see him, I'm just going to kind of roll off this natural 20 still. You just kind of get this guy. You see him be surprised by what you're saying. No, sorry. You see him understand what you're saying, and you see him be, you see him being surprised that he's talking to you about it, but not surprised that it happened. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Chad, yeah.
During like all of this, when he sees me, does he have like any reaction to seeing Chad?
Nope.
Well, he's not from Tayaroth.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that is probably a little confusing to you. Yeah.
Yeah. So Chad just makes sure to always keep like himself between the line of Ray to his family because he doesn't like him.
I understand.
But yeah, after that, I just literally shoot the shit and definitely do some flirting. We all saw the picture. He's hot.
Yeah, they definitely. I can never do not hot. So
you have to specifically type not hot.
Canonically, Tayaroth stands for Land of Hot People.
I know, right?
Well, he's not from Tayaroth, so I don't know what the hell happened to him.
Okay, so as you're continuing to travel, you hear cracking of branches and thudding footsteps. And you all get out your weapons, get into defensive positions. Even Ray, you see him kind of just like ready himself and like put up a hand, and that's all he does. But you see him like getting ready. And out of the brush, this large creature bursts forward. And it looks at all of you, and Maewyn, your eyes tear up as you see Batty staring at you. with her long claws. She has her same black and white fur that you remember her with, but it's starting to gray in spots. You see her wearing armor that you did not leave her with. It is very ornately made wood elven armor. She has like a brace, like an iron brace that goes down her snout, a saddle that is part of the armor that is on top of her, and on top of Batty, you see another figure, someone who hasn't changed much, but has definitely matured in his years. As you see Warren Pentwee riding on top of Batty. And his eyes kind of go wide. Mama Rosie? And he jumps down and he sprints over to you.
Yeah, for being my age, I just like...
Yeah. And the same thing happens. Batty sprints over to Maewyn and knocks you down and starts licking at you. And even like nudges up to you, Cuinn, and like butts you with her head and starts like licking you with her tongue.
I'll play some reunion music.
Ray kind of looks at you, Morton, and says, "So I'm assuming we know these people?"
Well, we know the Badger for sure. It's been a while since we've seen. Is that which?
Warren.
That's the twin who was not.
Yeah,
we know.
I wasn't there for the. I don't think I was there for the slaying.
Oh yeah, that's when Morton was missing.
Yeah, I was missing.
You still know.
Oh, that's
or
right.
Lost.
Yeah,
but I didn't. I wasn't like looking at Brewster's face and going.
Okay, so yeah, so you have this reuniting, and Warren kind of looks at you. Batty, she caught Maewyn's scent, and we knew that it was you guys since Grandma said that you were coming, and we came and we thought we'd meet you.
Oh, Warren, you're so grown up. Look at your face. Look
Oh,
at your
stop,
hair.
Mom! Stop,
You're
Mom!
a man now.
Come on!
And I pinch his arm muscles. So strong.
He has very lean, muscular now, and Emily or Cuinn, you see Warren kind of come up to you, and he takes out a short sword that looks very similar to a training sword that he used to have, and he looks at you and he says, he kind of flips it around. "I've gotten pretty good at this."
Yeah, looks like you've been practicing. Good. I'm proud of you.
Stop it, man! It's good to see you. He's just like, and he gives
I think
you
you're
a hug.
older than me now.
Oh wow, that's weird.
They would be. He would have been.
He's like 35 now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're older than me.
Yeah. Maybe 33.
To your point before the stream, Zach, Gilmarie would now be older than me.
Oh, true. Yeah, that is true.
She's about 5 years older than me.
That's true.
Wow.
Looks about 100 years younger.
Maewyn, Batty kind of pushes away from you and sniffs you and licks you, and then kind of looks back, and you see a rummaging in a bush behind her, as out from the bush comes this small little ball of black and white fur, as you see a little badger cub come out of the bush.
No!
Sex!
Where's another giant badger?
I would immediately go and scoop it up and give it lots of scritches and scritch Batty and scritch the baby.
It licks you while she licks it and you. And Warren kind of comes up and he says, "Yeah, every once in a while Batty would just kind of go away for a couple months looking for you, we assumed. And one time she came back and she was hurt and we didn't know what happened. One of our druids talked to her. She apparently met a really nice guy, and he kind of pets Batty, and they ran into some trouble and he didn't make it, but she got this little guy out of it."
Well, do you know what his name is?
We asked her, and she said she was waiting for her mother to.
Oh no!
Oh God.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot of pressure. I'm gonna have to think about it, Batty. I'm sorry.
She just kind of looks at you, shakes her head as if like to say it's okay, and just like puts her forehead against your head, really like kind of having to lean down almost to do.
Keep loving her.
Hey, Batty, it's good to see you or whatever.
Batty looks over at you, kind of huffs, walks over to you slowly, and then gives you a big lick on your face.
Hey, do you want some of this centipedes? No one else seems to appreciate it.
She goes munching hard immediately.
Yes! So this is love.
I put my hand on like pet.
Something about it you didn't expect that you really appreciate is how coarse her fur is. It's not soft and fluffy, it's strong and rigid.
You're cute.
She looks up at you with almost what looks like an eyebrow raised and then goes back to the caterpillars and keeps eating. Ray kind of looks at you, Morton. Oh, well, this is very pleasant. So, Mr. And he looks over at Warren, and Warren's like, Warren. And he says, you said Will-Marie is your grandmother. And he kind of shakes his head and says, oh, are you Ray? And Ray says, yeah. He's like, okay, good. Yeah, they were looking for you.
What? What?
Well, they were looking for Ray.
Why? Who is he? Who are you?
Well, because Ray is here with Raina, and
Who's Raina?
Raina.
Oh my fucking god!
Start from the beginning and say.
Raina is Will-Marie's friend. We don't know how she knows her, and we don't know, much about her. But apparently, she owed Grandma a favor, and so she asked her to come, and Raina said that she would come and be here and help you. Because Will-Marie, Grandma, can't help you. But Raina can.
Why can't Grandma help you? What's going on with Grandma?
Well, we've
been gone for 15 years. I don't know if...
Yeah, she's not magic.
Is this new information?
No.
I thought we said that I knew that Will-Marie would be able to help.
What she said was, this is what Lane, what was her name?
Raina?
No, the woman from the Sildira. Yeah, no, not Sandwalker, but the owner of the establishment of the Mirage, who told you this information. She said she said if Will-Marie herself would not be able to help, she would know someone who could.
Oh. Okay. Then
she might have yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say the reaction that I had did not happen then.
Okay.
I thought we were learning that Grandma.
And honestly, to be completely honest with you, I don't exactly remember what I said, and I might be contradicting myself here, but that is the case.
Okay. So I'll just operate under the assumption that okay. So Raina is.
She's amongst druids and like amongst magical people, but herself is not very magical.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, oh boy. Okay, everybody, slow down. Everybody, take a breath. Just me. Okay. Warren, are we close? Are we?
Yeah, we're very close.
Are we? Okay, and I'll look to everybody else in the group. We should just keep going. We should keep trudging on. We're really close. Okay, let's go.
Warren just kind of like pats you on the shoulder. Do you want to take a ride on Batty? She's pretty awesome.
Does she go faster? Will we get there sooner?
He kind of looks.
Just want to see your mother.
He knows the answer is no, but he goes, "Yeah."
Then let's go.
And you hop on Batty, and you all start to make your way and to the direction that Warren is leading you. And as you do, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I would, as a surprise, like as Batty starts running, wild shape into a giant badger. And
oh my god!
To her.
She immediately kind of like stops, almost sending Rosie like off of her, and then looks over at you. Huh?
Oh, yeah, hi.
Mom.
I can do this now.
Oh, and she comes up and she like rubs her head on your head. It's so good to see you, Mom.
It's so good to see you. I miss you so
I can talk to you. And Rosie's like just on the back, like you definitely feel like a third wheel in this moment.
They're just like peeping at each other.
She did. You saw her do it last night as well.
Oh, I thought I was off to the side.
I mean, I'll let you make the decision. If you were so distracted that you didn't, then that's totally fine. But you could have if you.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would like as we're running, just like tell Batty like everything that happened.
She would inform you a lot of the stuff that happened as well, and talk about how hard it has been without you, and but how happy she is to see you. And she's not the most intelligent thing that you've ever spoken to, so it's not like a super in-depth conversation, but it's very rewarding. Eventually, you come across a break in the trees, and Cuinn, you almost hear, or you almost swear that you can hear angelic string music playing as the sun starts to bounce its rays off of wooden structures that you see in the distance, trees that are turned and hollowed out into houses, houses that are on top of trees. You see rope bridges. You see this beautiful city in front of you, and you know that you have found the city of Livvariia. The structures are completely ornate and engraved in beautiful designs. And immediately you see people kind of walking about, laughing, talking with one another. As soon as you appear, you do kind of get some eyes, but people are actually pretty used to seeing Warren and Batty around, so you're kind of like not really questioned. And you are in the city of Livvariia. You have made it. Flint, you hate it.
It's so extra.
It's so above ground. Any sign of I don't Will Marie, sure. Gil Marie, definitely.
As you start to make your way, you do see a crowd start forming heading in your direction. This crowd is a small crowd, and it is made up of Kovara and the Pintuis that left you, and Gelbrix is here, and also amongst this crowd, you see Gil Marie, who I will show you again, who steps in and sees you and just goes into a dead sprint and runs right to you.
I will just let her run all the way to her. I won't get to her.
She immediately picks you up in a very warm embrace. And she wipes away your tears as she kisses your face and kisses your forehead.
Okay, this makes me feel better about what I was worried about then.
And starts to like cry a little bit. And she puts you back down and she looks at you and she says, "If you ever leave me again, I'll kill you myself."
I'll let you 100% just take me out. It wasn't 15 years, I swear.
What?
It wasn't 15
really?
years. It was a night for us, Gil. It was a night. We were in have you ever heard of a game show?
No, I can't say that.
Yeah, I don't either, but we were in one and it was a dream, and then we woke up and it was 15 years later and someone did that, and it was a god and the return. And you probably know all this. I don't know why I'm telling you, but
I mean, they told me a little bit about it, but I don't think I really understood it. It wasn't 15 years to you. That's insane.
It wasn't. And so I didn't mean to leave. I would never have left you.
Hey, I know. You feel another hand on your shoulder as you look up and you see Will Marie. Will Marie has long blonde but now almost white hair in braids. Will Marie is quite old for an elf even, and has been around for quite some time. And she looks down at you and she says, "Rosie, it's a pleasure to see you again. I'm so happy that you are here."
Hello. Hello, Will.
And Gil kind of looks up and puts her arm on her mom, and looks to you and says, "Mom's been really helpful and everyone here has kept us protected. We've been totally fine."
We're all safe too. And I'll gesture to the crew.
Edmund kind of like puts up his hand. He says, "Hi, Gilmarie. I'm back and not evil."
No, he's good. He's.
She kind of chuckles and nods her head. It's so good to see all of you again. Really, I'm so happy that Rosie had someone to go through this with. And you see her start to like choke back a little bit of a tear.
I'll hold her. I'll like just not let. I'm not touching her for the rest of the session. I am not touching her.
Yeah. And Wilmarie kind of looks around, and she looks and she says, "Oh, Ray, hi." And Ray walks up and gives Wilmarie a gentle hug and says, "Wilmarie, great to see you. Roll an insight check, everybody."
Insight.
Definitely not.
I am back on my bullshit.
All right. 14.
17.
4.
12.
22.
14.
So is Chad the only one who got a 20 above a 20? Okay. So Chad, when they greet each other and hug each other, they are genuinely happy to see one another. They are genuinely friends, it seems. You notice no ill intentions, nothing weird in that way. They seem very hesitant when saying, there's a moment of hesitation right before they say each other's names.
I don't like that. I don't like that. And this is Wilmarie and
Ray, the new guy.
And Ray.
Yeah.
The new guy.
Always the new guy.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
And she says, "Is Raina here?" "No, I was trying to teleport here to see you and find her, and I wound up with this wonderful crew. One of who apparently is your daughter-in-law." And Wilmarie kind of looks over at Rosie and nods and then back. "Well, Raina's not here either."
Where's Raina?
She should be here soon, and I'm sure she will be. She is a woman of her word, for sure. There is a no, never mind.
What?
Nothing.
Don't do that.
Well, just,
Insight check on Zach.
I'd like to insight check the DM thing.
Chad, yeah.
Little cock tease.
From what I remember, Rosie has like the seer thing, but is there also something that is like a see invisibility kind of thing that she has, or am I making that up in my head?
No.
Like a true sight?
No, it's just the lens. Is all I have.
Yeah,
I have dark vision.
Somebody has devil sight.
Devil sight is not true sight. Devil sight allows you to see better in the dark, like extremely better, and including magical darkness.
Yeah.
But true sight allows you to see.
Yeah, I can't see invisible things.
So no, I don't. I think you might be thinking of last campaign because Rev had true sight.
I can be
That's what I was thinking.
What'd you say?
Yeah, 'cause we have the
We
eye
have someone
patch.
that can detect magic, though, right? That's been done.
Spell magic.
Do not detect.
I think, can Edmund detect? Edmund can detect magic.
Edmund, do the thing.
I can.
Yeah, I would then like just casually like slide up to Edmund. And as like they're still talking about Ray and Rain and all that, just kind of whisper to him, I get a weird vibe from Ray and Wilmarie as they're like talking with each other. Can you like see if there's some like illusion or like some magic, something going on? Just like real quick, yeah. And I'll like stretch and like block him and be like,
he casts a spell and he looks over at you and he says, "Not really getting any from Wilmarie. I think she's wearing any magical items even. Ray's a magical guy. Doesn't seem to be any illusion though.
Okay. Alright, could you just keep an extra eye on them?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Also, the cat that Maewyn has is definitely magical.
What?
Magical cat.
What?
I don't think it's.
Cat's gonna be magical too?
It might not mean any harm. It might not mean any harm.
I don't know.
Will Marie kind of gestures you all into her home. It's a large enough place, but it's still kind of a modest home. She's not necessarily a high-ranking member in the city of Livvariia. But she brings you all inside. All of the Pintwees are reunited with Mama Rosie, and there's just a big Pintwee family hug. You see that you has been prominently placed and protected in a place in Will Marie's home.
Front yard with next to a bird bath.
Listen, you know.
Yard gnome.
And there's like Will Marie's house is not made out of a tree, but it surrounds a tree. So there's like a trunk right in the middle of the home, and then there's a home all around it. Will Marie kind of looks at everyone and she says, "Well, I certainly underestimated the number of people, but if everyone would be agreeable, we could have a dinner for everyone. We'll sit down and discuss amongst ourselves."
I love dinners.
I would love that. It's been a while since I've been able to taste good elvish wine.
I'm very full, but I will participate.
Food is brought out to a large, long, almost curvature, just some curvature to it to match to the home table, where everybody sits, and food is brought over by Will Marie and Gil Marie and Chad. Yes.
As just things are set up, I'll like pass by Cuinn and just whisper in his ear, "The cat Maewyn has is magical. I don't know what that means." And like,
thanks.
Maewyn's like actively introducing the cat to Batty.
Yeah, and the cat does kind of like sniff Batty, and Batty sniffs the cat, and they both immediately start to kind of like rub each other's necks. Actually, you see, roll an insight check.
Me?
Cast spell magic on a cat.
21.
The dinosaur.
You seem, there's a moment where the two of them are looking at each other where they almost seem to be communicating, and then there seems to be an agreement, and then they kind of love on each other.
I don't like this cat.
It's like close to the end of the night, right?
Yeah.
It's seeing that I would.
Hold your tongue just for a second. Because I
I
know where you're going. Because I know where you're going with this.
Fuck around and find out.
While you were all beginning the dinner, you're just beginning it. Not many conversations have happened. The tree trunk that is a wall on one side of the table opens up, and this figure steps out of it. He has a hooded cloak on him. And he has long brown hair and some brown facial hair that seems trimmed. And he has the cloak pulled up.
Aragorn.
And he
Him with 2 M's.
and he looks forward.
I think it's only one.
And he says, he kind of looks around. Ray stands up and says, "Tamar?" And Will Marie stands up and shakes his head too. And Tamar kind of like nods his head. From behind Tamar, this large gray dog steps out, big floppy face, and Ray walks over and gives him a nice little shrug and says, "Hey, big guy, good to see you." Will Marie kind of like looks around Tamar and says, where is she?" And Tamar looks confused and says, "Well, I thought she was already here." Edmund looks at you, Chad, and looks over at Tamar and mouths the words "illusion."
God, and he doesn't know enough about magic to know what that means.
and no one else says
Besides,
anything.
it's not what it
silent.
is.
There are so many animals at this dinner party.
Wait, so
you are in the
it
Wood
was
Elven
to-
City.
To Tamar, not the dog.
To Tamar, yeah.
Okay.
You all do notice that the gray hound, kind of, this big, large dog, does have like a slight glow to it.
I lean over to Cuinn. Why does every animal fucking glow?
Making magic, man. It's wild.
This is half of me question, half would Chad know this? For like something like disguise self, since my crew does that a lot.
Yeah.
Is it like if you get, like if someone threw paint on you, would that come across in the spell, or like,
it would still be covered? It would still be covered by the spell, but you know that with disguise self, an illusion is revealed from touch. You would be able to touch the person and feel something different. Now, if they made the illusion very close to what they are, then that would be a little bit harder to determine.
Mm-hmm.
But an illusion can only really be revealed by touch, because basically, like, if you threw paint on them, they internally would be covered in paint, but there would still be this like hologram that covers that, if that makes sense. It's like an image being projected onto the person.
So the visage that they're portraying would not have paint on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you could tell.
Yeah. So yeah,
Right.
exactly. So that's how you would tell.
So that's what I was thinking.
Is
Of,
like
like
you
if
would
there's like
throw-
already wine or something on the table that I just whoop and throw it on him.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Okay. You
Oh my
throw.
God, Chad, you klutz!
You throw wine, and you notice that no stain appears on the man.
Ooh.
I just point. Who the fuck are you?
Hey, whoa! Hey, who the fuck are you?
Why do you got an illusion going on right here?
Wilmarie looks very concerned in this moment, but not concerned about this illusion. Concerned that this is happening.
Dispel magic.
Cuinn, you cast Dispel Magic?
Yep.
You cast Dispel Magic, and the man in front of you changes.
What?
He has long red hair, with a large curled mustache.
Uh-oh.
And a streak of white falling down his hair.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
As this happens, the cat standing next to Maewyn jumps up, and you see her turn into a halfling woman, a blonde halfling woman with buns in her hair, and she looks over and she says, "Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag." And that's where we're going to take a break.
Morton takes a sip of wine and goes, boo!
We are going to take a little bio break right now, and we will come
Shut
back.
the front door.
We will come back after that. So don't go anywhere. Stretch, get some water, but we will be...
I'm tired.
Welcome back to Charmed Persons. We left off with Kelfie, halfling woman kind of throwing up her hands and saying, "Well, the cat's out of the bag." The man with the red hair looks over at you, Cuinn. "Oh, that was good move. I should have, that was good.
I'm very talented."
Okay.
I stand up, just very slowly, and go, "Look, we've had a long journey, long day of meeting new people, escaping a war zone. Are we in danger right now?"
No, everybody, let's calm down. Let's calm down. This is the halfling woman. And Wilmarie says, "Raina, I just think that, listen, he is worlds away right now. I don't think we need to be using our fake names. It's fine, Thalia. So...
Excuse me?
am Kelfie Tiernbrix. My name is not Raina. That was my mother's name. That's why I chose it as my fake name. This is introduce yourself." And the red-haired man says, "I'm Atticus Varcona III."
Dumb name.
What's your name?
Eric says.
Meta.
Ray kind of stands up and he says, "I don't know if we should just be giving out our real names. And the woman
What's yours?
who Will Marie says, yeah, I don't know if that's a great idea. And Kelpie says, listen, fine. Okay, I feel like we can trust these people. I tested them, and they seem good. They seem like good people. I think we can trust them.
I was nervous around you. A random cat appearing in the middle of nowhere. That was very scary, but...
well, you took care of me, and that's...
It wasn't scary at all.
I like you.
I like you, and I like your hair.
Thanks. I like your hair.
Thanks.
Fun buddies. Wait.
Ray steps forward and he says, okay, fine. My name's Benjamin. I'm named after my great-great-grandfather. My great-great-grandmother knew Kelpie and Atticus. I've kind of followed in their footsteps.
Your great-great-grandmother knew them?
Yeah, let's Atticus kind of puts up his hands. Let's slow down on the greats. Let's just slow down on the greats. And Will Marie looks at her own daughter, and then looks over at you, Rosie. Kind of puts her head down,
still.
and she says, "Well, my last name is Grayskin. I took the last name of one true love I've ever had in my life." But my name used to be Thalia Ganondale.
Evan points. As Morton, casually not knowing the significance of this information, sips on his elvish wine and continues to get drunk.
How you doing, Angie?
So wait a minute. Hang on.
Yeah?
So Thalia is Will Marie.
Yes.
Will Marie is actually the mother of Gil Marie.
Yes.
So I am married.
You are related by marriage.
Thalia Ganondale.
Which means you are related by marriage to the late Pharaoh Ganondale.
Amazing.
I'd like to thank
Congratulations.
I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
Edmund kind of speaks up and says, so why exactly are we using fake names?
Hey, who uses fake names?
Kelpie kind of looks over at you, chuckles, and says, well, there's this guy that we're dealing with. It's a whole big, long story, but we're here to help. Thalia, where's the statue? Morton.
You're gonna help my child.
No, in real life. In real life. In the
real
thing.
life.
Morton, because he's just, again, this is...
Yeah.
Who are these people? He raises his hand just...
No one calls on you. Unless one of the players do.
Morton?
Sorry. Are you running from someone? Because we're having issues with someone here. Are you having issues?
Oh, I'm not running from anyone.
Okay, that's fine. But, what's the name of your baddie? We've got a baddie, too. Well, not baddie. That's a different thing. That's a badger. But we have a baddie. It's not a badger. That's
a bad boy.
Problems. Yeah, a bad boy. What's your bad boy?
He's someone, and I would rather not give his name power. But that is someone that we can deal with at another time. And she kind of looks over at everyone. You're a very untrusting individual. I understand. Yeah. I get it. Kelpie kind of looks over and she says, so, yeah, she looks at Rosie and she says, yes, if I can, I would like to help your child.
Yes, please. They've been blaming me for weeks about not getting this done, and I would really just like to...
The statue's been talking to you?
Well, and I look at...
Gil Marie is looking at you very concerned.
We're working on it.
Yeah, so I would love to get this finished. I would love to have my small one back, please.
Of course. Please take me to them. And
in the front yard.
The entire party kind of moves to the very nicely decorated section of the house.
The broken down Cadillac.
that you has been placed, and Kelfie kind of walks over and kind of puts her hand very gently on the statue. Oh, they were so afraid.
What?
They were a little afraid. Happened. It's sad. It hurts my heart.
Yeah, they are like this because they tried to save me. And
she kind of looks you up and down. Looks like they did.
They did. They always did.
Oh. Let's return the favor, huh?
Yes, please.
Atticus is kind of standing there, and he kind of like says to whoever's listening, "Oh, watch this."
I get right next to Atticus, and like while this is happening, just like pass over my wine glass, assuming.
He takes it and takes a nice swig of it. Cuinn, make a perception check for me.
I was about to say this wine is nice, but it'd be nice if I had something wrong. 18.
18. I mean, Cuinn is still in his old habits. You immediately kind of survey these people, look them up and down. Atticus
swipeable.
Atticus has a corked bottle sheathed in a leather pouch on his side that holds a bottle that looks very old. And on the leather pouch, the very ornately engraved the letters BW.
Okay. But I put in my notes, butt water, baby.
Kelfie walks up to the statue and puts her hands on either side of Hugh's face. All right, let's do this, buddy. Kelfie kind of puts her forehead to them. And you see her holding their face. She kind of... Come on. Something's wrong.
What? What's wrong? What's wrong? What?
It's okay. They're okay. They're okay. They're okay. Something's stopping me.
What is it?
Whatever did this is powerful. Or
yeah, it was a big eyeball.
Thing?
Big skeleton head eyeball.
Weird. Gross.
Yeah. Icky.
Icky indeed. Atticus kind of leans forward and says, so what can we do about it? And he then kind of like leans down and whispers something into Kelvie's ear, and Kelvie goes, what? And then Benjamin steps forward and he says, yeah, that's why I'm here too. We really need to go home. He's causing trouble.
Where's home?
Yeah.
Everyone kind of looks at each other, and Kelvie just kind of shrugs. You guys are so distrusting. There's a continent that you're not aware of. It's called a Rubrian. And it's a group of...
Oh, look!
Oh,
we've heard of it. Yeah, we're pretty well read.
Oh,
I got the book back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a group of four smaller continents, and it's all together known as a Rubrian. It's pretty much on the other side of the world from here.
I find the book of Malar's world and just like.
Oh, we didn't think you had any texts that ancient still surviving on Tayaroth. Wow.
We went to a tomb and almost died, but look.
Yeah, good. And she gives you a thumbs up.
You found a map. Found an AP U.S. history book.
This is all. This wasn't just like.
Yeah, that's real. We only learned about Onosara a few hundred years ago, but yeah.
There's
It's
another
all
one.
real.
Well,
Who's the guy?
Yeah, why can't you come back?
we're dealing with a god of lies. What are you up to?
His name is Vecna.
Oh.
Sounds cool.
Angie says, "No."
He's a real big jerk. I mean, the biggest one that you can think of, like a big jerk, like super big. And trust me, I've known some jerks in my life. One of them saved my life.
Aww.
That's really cute.
Nice.
Rosie, yeah.
Is Vecna on our list of the bad boys?
You've not heard of Vecna before. No?
Not heard of Vecna? Okay. Cool.
Mm-mm.
I want to take Kelfie's hands kind of panikedly.
Yeah.
And look at her in the eye and say, so are you, he's not, they're not.
Oh, Rosie.
Are they back? Is he gonna come? You leaving?
She puts her hands on the side of your face, and you feel a warmth not only in her hands, but in her presence. And you feel yourself able to breathe a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
As she casts calm emotions on you.
I know this feeling. I'm gonna tell all my children.
And she looks at you, and she says, "You're still so young."
Oh.
I
can't.
Can't.
Okay.
I am very powerful. I kick a lot of ass. And he kicks a lot of ass too. And she points over to Atticus, and Benjamin raises up his hand, and I, 3, kick a lot of ass. And Kelvie nods her head. He's learning. We are handling ourselves, and we're doing so just fine. We have help from others. And
name them.
And she looks at you and she says, okay, hey. And she says, if you would bless me with your trust enough, I think that simply getting you away from the darkness of the magic, furthering the distance, will be a huge help in returning them to normal. I would like to take you back with me to Erubrian, but I will bring them back, Rosie, I promise you.
How far? No. So, they have to be here.
And they will be. And I will bring them back. I will bring them back. I found my way here, didn't I? Yes, of course.
How long did that take you? How long did it take you to get here?
About 6 seconds.
Okay. And you can bring people? You brought them?
Yeah, I mean, even in cat form, I brought Atticus here. Yeah, I was just standing in front of a tree until it opened. I've done that a lot.
Yeah, he has.
And you can...
Ben raises his hand. I'm also able to, teleport myself places.
Yes, I take a drink.
Okay, I don't need your sword pissing contest, okay? I'm looking at you and I'm saying...
Kelvie immediately matches Rosie's energy and says, yeah, no more sword pissing contests, guys. Rosie, I am fully capable of bringing you back from this state and then returning them to you unharmed. I promise you that. And I have only ever broken one promise in my life, and it was a long, long time ago.
I'll look at Gilmarie.
Gilmarie.
First time in 15 years.
Yeah, Gilmarie. Her eyes are concerned. She looks to her mom. We can trust Kelfie.
Wilmarie says this.
Gilmarie said that.
Gilmarie says this?
Mm-hmm. If my mom trusts her, we can trust her.
Okay. Okay. And I'll just go back and sit at the table.
Yeah.
But I have my hand just gently, like, lightly touching the blade of Guvar that I have fastened at my hip right now.
Amazing. Kelpie kind of looks over at Atticus, and she said, Franciel said it had to be right now? And Atticus kind of nods his head. Yeah. He needs help. She kind of nods as well. All right. Well, it was a pleasure meeting all of you. I'm sure I will see some of you again soon. Yeah. Yeah, oh, it looks like you want to say something again.
I do. I just want to... I don't want to lose. There's a lot of information going about. I don't... What's so... I mean, other than being a bad person, a jerk, as you've called it, what is Vecna's deal? Vecna, right? That's how you pronounce it?
A long time ago, there was this guy. He was a really bad wizard. Mm-hmm. His name was Earthkish. Mm-hmm. And he ascended to godhood and became Cyric, the god of lies. Huh. And that god has devastated our world for a long time. Vecna is attempting to do the same thing. And he's close to doing so. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You seem perturbed. And I understand that it's scary. It's okay to be scared. Mm-hmm. I'm not. But it is okay to be.
I mean, you can't be afraid.
No, that was Kelpie talking. Oh. Atticus doesn't talk that nice.
Atticus is a nice guy.
No, Atticus is notoriously and infamously a horrible guy.
But Elburn, he was a great guy.
Elburn was so nice. He's so nice.
No, Atticus is just not really talking.
So they're not. So this Vecna is not the same as Cyric, but Vecna. What does Vecna do?
Lots of bad stuff, and we gotta go stop him from doing that.
Does it have to do with? I don't know. Have you ever heard the name Blight?
In the god Blight?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bad dude.
Left.
He's a bad dude.
Yeah.
We are dealing with Cyric now, aren't we? Right? Gang?
Yeah. No, I'm just.
Wait, what? You're dealing with Cyric?
We dealt with and will continue.
Cyric is banished.
Nope.
Not anymore, baby.
Nope. Welcome to
15
Tayaroth.
years away from us.
We're fucked.
I point at Albert.
It's
Albert just sit there as a ghost. Hey.
Fairly confusing. It's fairly confusing.
Morton.
Yeah. I was just curious. You seem.
She looks over at Atticus. Things have gotten along more than we thought. Atticus kind of nods his head. We need to complete the calling.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're aware of the calling?
Same.
Well, yes, of course. We wrote it.
Excuse me?
Boy, oh boy.
Alright. This Cold War just got hotter again.
I take out a pen and paper. Can I have your autograph?
Atticus looks at you and says, "Of course." And just locks up and gives like a big long.
And say that I just went to the side. I did not go all the way back to the table.
Yeah, amazing.
So you wrote it.
Have you ever heard of the Palladium Planopticon?
Yeah.
I'm a member for over 15 years. Yeah.
That's weird that you did the symbol wrong then.
Did I do it wrong?
It's this way.
Do it again.
Right here. Sorry, the thumb doesn't need that right there. You keep just flip it around the other direction.
It's the Tayaroth we do it a little.
Maybe, I don't know, it's been a long time. Me and Kelfie and all of us, we established that.
Wow.
Yeah, me and you are members of the Palladium.
Well, and you was a member.
Oh.
Yeah, me and you. Yeah.
Wait. The Palladium, you have the Palladium here in Tayaroth?
Well, I shouldn't.
Kind of.
Yeah.
There's
The
like
Palladium
5 of
and
us.
the Shade.
Who?
Palladium, a thing or
Oh.
an entity?
The Palladium is an organization we started hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, it's still around.
Not too many members left, it seems like.
But we started it in Arubrian. Well, there's a lot in Arubrian.
How many?
You would love a Rubrian.
Well,
Okay.
we started off. Me and my friends. We started off as the Lake Peak 7, but there was really like 9 of us. And then from there ended up being like a lot more of us, and so we couldn't really just call us like the Lake Peak 1200. So we came up with.
Oh.
Ugh.
Huh.
We met a person who said that they visited Rubrian.
Okay.
What was his name? Molyander?
Molianda. That was the
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
He was
Insight
the kind
check.
of.
Sure, roll an insight check.
I rolled very low. That's a 12.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to remember who it is. Kelby speaks up at this point. So anyway, like we said, we gotta really go and do things, but it seems like we should maybe talk.
Yes.
It seems like we have some information we could maybe share.
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm,
I mean, if you made the calling and were trying to, do that, it seems.
Well, I mean,
important.
we were trying to inspire people. We didn't know if it would actually work.
It worked.
How did it get all the way over here? She looks at Atticus and he kind of shrugs. Rosie, yeah.
While this conversation is happening, can I go over to Cuinn and pull on his shirt?
Yeah, of course.
And ask him, can I please have my Sears lens out of your bag of holding, please?
Oh yeah, anytime you want to reach in.
Cool. And I'll and get past all of his stuff, past the timpani, past all of that, and grab my Sears lens and see if I can see anything from Kelfie and Atticus.
You do. You see above Atticus a triangle of 3 6-pointed stars floating above his head, which you know to be the symbol of Lyra, the goddess of joy. And you don't really see anything behind Kelfie, but you hear a raging waterfall. And you know the waterfall to be the symbol of Eldath, the goddess of peace. You do not see anything behind Benjamin.
Oh.
Or Thalia.
Really trying, but
Benjamin can't hang.
I just for funsies, because I have it out, will also look at Will. You said not at Thalia.
Oh yeah, I guess Will Marie. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'll look at Gil Marie just to.
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back to put the Sears lens into the bag, and I'll tug Quinn's shirt again, and be like, "They're chosen," and then I'll walk away.
It kind of makes sense. I feel a pretty big, strong aura off of Atticus. I don't know what it is. Aura.
Okay, so I promise you, we will be back, and we will bring you back, and we will also talk. But Vecna is a really powerful guy, and we really need to focus our energy over there.
If we can help,
yeah.
if we can offer a little help, we would love to.
We
What's
are
the name
gonna
of
help.
our group?
The name
We're
of
a little.
our group.
Oh, Great, that's so cute. We've kind of moved past the calling and the returning a little bit. We have some higher priorities, but
What do you mean you moved past it?
it's just a little bit lower on our list now. We've got some bigger fish
not like
to
you've
fry.
already done it.
No. We got some bigger fish to fry. We're like really powerful.
We get it.
Yeah, that was.
Atticus kind of just like.
Is there jazz in Arubian? Very important question.
Hey, jazz. Atticus says.
Roll initiative.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna make the decision. Kelpie just says, I've never heard of jazz.
Rolls. I one more question.
Oh, we're still doing this. Okay, yeah.
If you guys like made the calling, who did the returning? Was that Vecna? Was that?
Good question.
Like,
Good question.
Who? Thank you. I appreciate that. But just it seems like if that's something that you thought of, so there has to be someone that thought of the returning, and they seem like a key player as well. We should know about.
Vecna was the lead of this, but the returning actually started with Earthkish a long time ago. But if you all are really members of the Palladium and you are trying to complete this calling, we wish you all the luck, and we will offer whatever assistance we can once we are able to. But
cool.
Let us tell you this. You need the items from the tombs, or else you're not going to be powerful enough.
We found some.
We found some as well.
Well, what did you find?
Bro.
Quit with your dick kissing.
Sword pissing.
I think I should just stop drinking when we have info dumps.
She walks over.
Anything stronger than this wine?
Stronger than the wine?
What? Do you have something in your pocket?
Well, I got.
It's just not enough.
Look away. Really funny. Well, Elf looks at Kelpie. Kelpie looks at Atticus. Really? And Atticus says, listen. He uncorks this bottle that he pulls out of his pouch.
Angelic music.
Did you do that noise with your...
No.
That?
Oh, okay. I thought I didn't know what happened. That was stressful.
He looks at you and he says, this is the last bottle of a creation of a friend of mine. I'll give you a sip.
Please.
If you give me about 5 platinum.
5 platinum?
Yeah.
That's what, 50 gold or 500 gold?
That's 50 gold.
Yeah.
He looks at you and he goes, dude, no, I was just joking. I don't really care about money. He reaches forward and he offers you a sip, and you take a drink. It is it goes down as smooth as water, with a slight sweetness to it, but you feel a burn and an immediate effect on your skin. You feel tingling and warm. It's the best alcoholic liquid you have ever tasted.
This is life-changing. What do you call this magic elixir?
Puts a hand on your shoulder. This, my friend, is butt water.
No.
Yes. I don't like that face that you made immediately. I thought we were having of course, the bottle. Puts it on his...
maybe just the name, and it just maybe...
It's a great name.
Man, all right, I agree to disagree.
We drink butt water and gore a hold. It might be different though.
Does it come out of your butt?
Yeah.
And it goes through a filtration system?
I usually don't filtrate it.
Beg your
Chad vomits. I'm just kidding.
What?
Well, I gotta go.
Thank you all for watching Charm Persons today. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your
Achieved
day.
For greatness.
We are shut down. Apologies.
Kelfie sighs very loudly and says, "Okay, yep, let's go." And she walks over. She puts a hand on the tree trunk, and it splits open.
I jump in. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought you really were.
No, I would. I really want to, but.
Well, out of the portal, this head peeks out, and you see a kind of furry-faced head that sticks out with these small, like, kind of curled horns. And he's wearing, like, a vest and not much else. And he points out, and Kofi says, "Sammy, what are you doing?" And he says, "Come on, Francine needs us. Let's go. What's taking you guys so long?" And Kofi rolls her eyes and pushes Sammy through, and then takes Benjamin through, and Atticus kind of looks over at all of you, picks up the statue, and says, "Well, you know, and he walks through he walks through the portal. The tree trunk closes, and Gustav walks up to the portal. He poops out of existence.
Man, that guy really does not treat animals very well.
I should have asked that red-haired man what his dexterity is.
I'm surprised Cuinn didn't try to pickpocket the butt water.
I mean, Eric would have. He's gonna try to remake it.
Yeah, and some silence comes into the room, and everybody's kind of reeling from what just happened. I think I have a migraine. A migraine of an existential crisis.
The guy that was called Sammy? What? I have never. What?
Oh, that looked like a
Anybody
satyr.
know what's a satyr?
It's like a goat-legged human.
That's not real.
That's not real.
They're real in the Feywild.
It is real.
What's the Feywild?
The Feywild.
That's where Quaze was from. Come on, we've talked about.
You don't know where the Feywild is now.
You don't know where it is either.
I don't know where it is, but I've heard of it.
I've been to the Feywild.
Yeah, Rosie's been there. We've talked about this, guys.
Yeah, you have.
That's true. I just didn't expect them to like be living there.
I don't think they live in the Feywild. I just think that he's from the Feywild.
Oh, so that I guess that makes more sense.
Does anybody want to get incredibly drunk tonight? Because I'm feeling that pretty badly right now.
I'm halfway there after the butt water.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's real strong. It's real good.
Can I try it?
I mean, I drank it all.
You can it.
Atticus let you get one sip out of that bottle, and he took it back.
I got other boo. You can have other. I got plenty.
Okay.
Gil kind of walks up to you, Rosie. Okay. I really do think we can trust Kelf.
I really wish that I could say I was okay, but I don't think I am, and I don't think I'm ever going to be. And there's a lot of stuff happening, and it's just really stressful. And I was gone for 15 years, and I feel like I failed you, and I've been seeing our dead children. And
I gotta tell you, it's kind of nice to see that you haven't changed. And she gives you a big hug.
Oh.
And she pulls you back, and she says, "You know that I know you, right?"
I don't know if you do. And it's been 15 years. I'm scared I don't know you.
Well, if I did know you, I would think that you would be worried that something has happened in these 15 years with me and my feelings for you. And if I did know you and I predicted that correctly, I would make sure to tell you that not a day went by where my love for you waned.
That's really nice.
I mean, I'm an elf. 15 years isn't that long.
Okay, we talked about this. You're not allowed to brag about how much longer you're going to live. Now you're older than me. Oh, is that the wrong thing to say?
I had to feel what it was like in this world without you. And I just don't want to be reminded that that might happen again someday. So for now, I just ask that we be happy to see each other again. And if it really hasn't been 15 years for you, you have no excuse for your feelings to have changed, so they better fucking not have.
Oh!
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll like look around to see if anybody's like
She
watching or like
she
looking.
bends down. She looks at you and she says, "It's been 15 years."
It's been 15 years. We'll be right back.
Warren
like,
immediately
run.
Warren immediately is like, "No."
Yeah.
Bye. Amazing.
It's fine, Warren. It's an expression of love. Relax.
We're just going on a walk, Morton. Shut up.
Cuinn, as you're kind of like watching all of this, feeling yourself a little bit in your liquor, you feel kind of a nudge, and you like shift it a little bit, and you look over, and although you didn't see her enter the room,
I was thinking.
You see a 15-year-older Sydney Fernbloom. Her long black hair has been cut short, and she's currently wearing like thin leather armor, and she's just leaning back, and she is smoking an herbal joint. And she looks at you. Hey.
Hello. It's honestly only been like 3 days since the last time I saw you.
I know, I've heard everything. I've been here a while. Good to see you again.
Yeah. How I'm sorry. Again.
I've gotten over it.
Good. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want you living the last 15 years waiting for me.
Good to see you.
I'm glad to see you're doing well.
Been a little lonely here, city of Livvariia, but Gilmarie and Wilmarie, Thalia, but they've been taking care of me. It's been nice. I really got to know myself over these past 15 years, and well, a little bit's changed.
What's changed? Other than your beauty has only grown 15 years greater.
You have not gotten any smoother talking, so she kind of laughs. I'm more confident in who I am now, and I don't feel bad for the things that I'd done, for siding with the Silver Steps. It took me a long time to get over that. And it took me a long time to realize that you were gone.
I mean, you shouldn't feel bad for. Wait, what do you mean siding with the Silver Steps? Like
just when I joined with them when you left
initially,
originally,
okay.
yeah.
All right, you're not still in line with them.
No, as far as they know, I'm dead. I'm buried right next to you.
Oh, they buried me?
Well, I mean, they had to put on some public funeral display.
I knew it.
They didn't show up.
But...
They put on a funeral. Some of your siblings showed up, but your parents didn't.
Okay. Hey, May, they had a funeral.
You look over and Sydney kind of waves her hand. Hey, May.
Hey, Sydney. What kind of funeral?
All right.
What?
Like, was it
like one for dead people?
Was there like a parade?
No. Just like people wearing black and it was raining.
Oh, that's boring.
We'll have to make sure we put in some plans before we actually die.
Yeah, I gotta really write.
And I will say, like, you know, you guys are halflings, so you don't age the same as humans, but you're both halflings, so you can tell. I mean, Sydney's 15 years older. There is like a difference there. She says, when do you think you and I could talk privately?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I don't know where. I'll follow you anywhere. Show me the way.
And she chuckles and she grabs your hand and she takes it away. The food continues. Your mom and dad, Chad, kind of like ask you to tell them what the fuck is going on. But they pretty soon into the dinner are feeling like pretty tired. And Will-Marie, actually, you know what? Well, they're not here, so Will-Marie says that she has a place that they can stay and sleep. And she tells you where it is, walks you there. You're able to take your parents there. Your sister helps you put them to bed. And Thalia kind of looks to you, Chad, and she says...
Yeah, Laura.
Yeah, sorry, Laura. She looks to you, Chad, and she says, how long do you think we are allowed to stay here?
I don't know. That's something I wanted to actually talk to you about.
Okay.
I would guess that they would be accommodating, and I think all of you should stay here until... honestly, until Sunny's dead, until the shit gets figured out. This is the safest place for you guys to be.
Yeah. What if I didn't want to stay?
I kind of figured you wouldn't. But I'm asking you to stay with them.
Kind of figured you would.
I know you're capable, and I know you'd handle yourself out there, but if this place becomes unsafe, I would sleep easier knowing you're here with them. And if you came with us and something happened, I don't think I could live with myself, and I don't think if you're there, I know I can't help it, but I'll be worried about you. And I know it's been 15 years, but you're still my little sister, and I just want to know you're as safe as I can, as safe as you guys can be. And where we're going is so far from safe.
While you guys are here, listen, okay, well, first of all, let me say, I understand. And I think I would probably beat myself up if I left Mom and Dad here alone. So as long as they are allowed to stay here, I'll be here and I'll protect them. But you have got to stay in touch.
Yeah.
Chad?
I got the paper, and I'll like pull that out and say, show it.
Okay.
Like, as often as I can, I'll keep you updated.
Okay.
And even if, gotta figure out some code words or something to use to make sure it's extra safe. But I'll stay in touch.
So the second thing is, while you guys are here, this is weird. What's Morton's deal?
Oh my god.
I'm sitting in the corner having an existential crisis. Easily accessible. Yeah, just go.
I don't know, there's something kind of cute about the, like, constant paranoia.
God.
Sure. Yeah. No, I get that. I understand.
I don't know, it's just
Last
like...
of Us?
Wait, you guys never...
Oh my god.
Chat. Oh my... Okay, ooh, never mind. Never mind. It's okay. I get it. I get it. Yep.
Look at me. I'm not gonna tell you what you can or cannot engage in.
That's a horrible way to say that.
I don't. I did not.
She puts a hand on your shoulder.
Conversation with my sister.
Puts a hand on your shoulder. I understand. I'm still 8 years old to you. Let's just drop it. Okay, I love you.
Morton is a good guy.
As good as you. Not okay. Good night.
I realize what you said, but I'm just saying.
The door shuts.
Good night.
Flint. During this dinner, Thalia sits next to you.
Nice.
Or should I say Wilmarie?
Wilmarie.
Yeah.
And she takes a big swig of wine.
Oh god.
And she says, "Your name is Flint, correct?"
Yes, Flint Boulderbender. By the way, thank you so much for your hospitality here. It really means a lot.
Of course. How old is yours?
My child?
I can tell that you're a parent.
Yeah. He's probably 33. I haven't seen him in
15 years.
Actually, a little bit longer than that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I hoping to get over to Gorehold to see him pretty soon. It's been a while, and
Oh, we have depending on how soon you would like to get there, we do have a teleportation circle that could take you to Gorehold.
Right now?
Yes, it could be right now, or just whenever you're ready.
I don't want to leave the group, but I'm ready.
Oh, I would have to, I don't own it. I would have to talk to maybe tomorrow would be the best, or the first chance.
Okay.
I would have to talk to the leaders.
That would be incredible, and I would owe you my life for helping me with this.
Oh, goodness. No, no, it's okay. It's a scary thing, having a child in this world.
It is. Especially when that child is far away.
Barrington's not that far from Livvariia, but it might as well be on the other side of the world.
Yeah, that's how I feel as well.
Gilmarie loves Rosie very much, and because of that, I love Rosie. But us elves, time is different to us. And her exit from Livvariia still feels somewhat fresh to me. And Dune help me, there's not much else I can do than associate Rosie with that exit. And it's not her fault. And you notice that Wilmarie's a little intoxicated here, and seems to have been, like many people at this table, compensating the emotions with drink this evening. Anyway, so if there's anything I can do to help you see your child, I will try my best.
I appreciate it. Rosie is one of the best people I know. I know you probably know that, but I just need to say that.
Sometimes I envy you dwarves. You are able to stay with each other and have such long lives in the same spot, connected with one another. Very little interference from the outside world. It sounds nice in a way.
It is nice. And sometimes I am jealous of how well the elves age so gracefully and beautifully.
Oh, stop it. How old do you think I am?
Oh my
I don't know, 25?
You're right. And she takes another sip.
Oh no.
I take a sip.
Just like that's kettle pot.
You remind me a lot of someone I used to know. He was a good guy too. You have a good night, okay, Farrah?
Oh.
I mean, Flint.
Yeah, you have a good night too.
You see her stand up, and as she starts to walk away, you hear. She's humming a little too.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
Maewyn, you were talking with Batty, or just chilling with Batty. Edmund kind of walks up to you. And he says, Maewyn, I'm sure it feels amazing to be back with Batty and everybody. I don't know what everyone's plans are from here, but I just want you to know that I'm still gonna help you however I can and make up for everything that happened. I needed to ask your advice on something.
Okay, anything.
I really feel like the group just doesn't feel the same as it did before. And I just don't know what I'm doing wrong.
A lot of it is, it's not the same as it was before. I mean...
Yeah, you're right.
We've been through some shit, man, but just give it time. I mean, ask people about their interests. One thing I think is good to know about this group is everybody likes to talk about themselves, except maybe Rosie.
All right.
So just give everybody a chance,
So, do you know how you're able to do the new things you're able to do?
Going to take a note, Edmund. Yeah, get it.
No, not really. I mean, I know that I'm chosen, and I've been trying to focus on that a lot.
You think it's Malachi?
I mean, it seems like it must be. But it's pretty cool, right?
It's very cool. And it seems like a very different relationship than with the entity that I get my abilities from.
Yes, it's kind of distant. Like, the only time I've really heard from them, I saw, like, a unicorn. And then I got some new abilities.
I need you to watch out for Flint.
What's wrong with Flint?
All I know is the entity that I get my powers from is dangerous and scary. And
In what way?
In a dangerous and scary way.
Great.
I mean, I just, it feels ominous. It doesn't feel, I mean, it feels very powerful.
I mean, it does feel like...
But it feels driven by raw emotions. Anger, sadness, joy even, which is not horrible, but it's not very controllable. I see Flint doing these things sometimes, and sometimes it feels as if it's just happening to him.
Like the aging thing?
No, he's doing that on purpose.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is weird.
Yeah.
Super messed up in the head.
Super weird that you would want to do that. Yeah.
He needs to really talk to someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe his family. I don't know.
That would be great. Maybe you will.
Thanks for talking to me, Maewyn. I don't really think that other people are willing to, so.
Well, do you want to hang out over here? Batty and I were just talking about what we were going to name this little guy.
Oh, what are you thinking?
Okay, here's my idea right now. I think I want to name him Bo, but like B-O-W, like my bow.
I think that is an adorable name.
I think he likes it.
What do you think, Batty? And he looks over at Batty. Batty kind of like nudges her head into Edmund. Like she likes it too.
Mm-hmm. Well, Bo it is. I'll give him a little scritch and I'll hand him over.
He stretches and yawns as he's transferred over. Oh, little sleepy guy. That's fucking adorable.
I know, right?
Wow. You know, it's been a lot of chaos and violence and confusion lately. It's nice to see a little just happiness and beauty.
I thought so too. That's why I'm staying over here.
I guess it's not the only time I see beauty around me.
Well, we were just in that forest. It was beautiful the whole time.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Right?
Yep. Beautiful forest. And that's it. So, right.
Do you want to go get another drink with me?
Yes, I'd love that.
Let's do that.
And the two of you walk to get another drink. Morton, what do you do in this moment? Are you just drinking your cares away?
I'm drinking.
Something was put in the Discord, wasn't God, come on.
Gift that keeps on giving.
Drinking a lot. I'd probably say this is like his third glass rather quickly. And he stands up and just kind of like looks around the room and he looks over to Chad. Just walks over to Chad and sits down.
Because I would come and talk to you after I dropped off my family anyway, so.
Yeah.
And then, ironically, I was going to go talk to Edmund, so that's what's funny.
Okay, good. So yeah, go ahead.
So, we have more problems now, it seems.
Yeah. More places and problems. And it seems never ending.
Yeah, no. The world just got infinitely bigger.
Yeah.
and infinitely more dangerous, it seems.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister has a crush on you. And I don't know how to deal with that.
Like, oh, he's so dreamy, I'll admire from a distance, or hey,
I honestly didn't ask. I'm not sure if I want to know. But and if something happens, I don't. See, I don't want to know, but I'm not saying no. And if she approaches you, I don't want to tell anyone what they can or can't do with their heart or with themselves.
Right, but how would you feel about it?
I don't know. But I also know that I still, as she knows, see her as my little sister that once was. And she is very much a grown adult woman now.
Right.
And I have no control over that, nor do I have any sort of control over what she does with her life, and I respect that.
Right.
But I want you to know, and obviously I know you're a good guy, but if anything were to happen, I will probably have to kill you. So just
hold on, roll that back real quick.
Yeah,
I was with you.
No, like anything bad. I don't mean like if you. I can't think about it, but like anything bad. Just the big brother due diligence of hurt her, I kill you kind of thing. That's all. So yeah, cool. World is big and scary. Let's go back to that conversation.
No. That's just that's a lot of that's a lot of assumptions. That's a lot of assumptions of what might happen. You know.
Yeah, definitely. You know. I'm just saying if something does happen, that's between you and her to figure out.
That's true. Yes.
And that's that. I wasn't ready to be a big brother to a adult woman. Didn't have to deal with boys or girls or anyone, you know. She was 8. Besides maybe just the classic 8-year-old drama that isn't really drama. So
yes, I mean
it's a new role that I thought I would have a little bit more time for. So
yeah, I absconded from my sibling relationships, you know, and then 15 years. So who the fuck knows how to do that? So yeah, I think you're doing the best that you can, given the fact that we've both, all of us that were trapped by that god,
right?
You know, 15 years.
Yeah.
Well, and with that, I do not want to be alone tonight, but not necessarily in the way that you might imply. We don't have to mention, you know, the words for it, but like the offer is always extended to you first.
Yeah, I think especially after knowing, well, that's a little. It's I appreciate it.
Hey, my little sister has a crush on you. Oh, okay. I want to fuck you though.
That's not.
It's just. It's a lot.
Too long did it read.
Morton looks over to the DM and goes, "That's not what I mean. I am feeling vulnerable and cuddly." I turn back to it after talking about it. No, I just, you know, because sure. I'd rather not curl up with this delicious bottle of Elven Red, which I should probably be done with, but it's just the wine that keeps on giving, and I have a lot of feelings.
That's
about
we all do. Yeah.
The dangers ahead. So
sure. Yeah, I mean, thank you, but no thank you from me. I have said other options that I don't want to think about or discuss more. So, but that is
we don't have to. We don't
great.
Have to. You're great. Good. You're good. I understand. Great. But do you want to join me in one more nightcap before we depart for?
Appreciate it.
Meredith?
Still don't drink though. So.
Oh, that's Listen, a lot.
I didn't even make you roll this natural one that you've rolled.
I He's had.
Yeah.
I think he's had like a bottle.
I love it.
At this point.
Yeah.
So,
No, I appreciate it. Please continue. I'm just gonna go talk to Will Marie Thalia person about having my family stay here, but
yeah, I don't know how we talk to the people who have the fake names that we've known.
I would guess they probably want their fake name to continue, if that is that what
yeah.
But
stay safe over the next few days in case I don't say it.
You too.
All right. As Chad walks away, leaving Morton in his drink, we cut to Sydney and Cuinn talking outside. Sydney kind of pulls you out there and says, so I'm sure this has been pretty crazy for you last, I guess, like 24, 48 hours.
Yeah, it's still kind of setting in. You know, it doesn't really feel real.
Yeah. Doesn't really feel weird that I'm talking to you. I mean, I have many times over these last 15 years, but you never answered, obviously. I was just talking to you. Yes. There was something that I didn't say to you. And I've been waiting 15 years to tell you, and I'm not gonna wait anymore.
No.
I love you.
Whoa.
And I've been in love with you ever since we were little kids. And that's why it hurt so bad when you left. And you don't have to say anything. But I had to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, you were one of the first thoughts I had when I found out it's been 15 years. I assumed that you were gonna move on, if I'm being honest. I thought I'd come here and you have a husband and kids.
Really?
That's what I thought. I don't know. That's what I thought.
I did move on in this past 15 years, but I moved on with myself. And I discovered a lot of things about myself. And one of the things that I discovered is that I'm not going to be a coward anymore. And so that's why I'm telling you this. And maybe we could, if you're willing, explore what this could be.
I would love that. I would love that.
Maybe for tonight, we can just not think about everything else.
I do still have quite a bit of that red flower.
Follow me. and she grabs your hand and leads you away. And as she does, we will cut to Gilmarie and Rosie here in a minute. Chad.
I need another minute.
Chad, do you go and you find Wilmarie or you find Edmund?
Yeah, Wilmarie, we don't have to roleplay necessarily. I would just ask to provide sanctuary for my family.
When you go up to Wilmarie, she's very drunk. And you kind of talk to her, and she looks at you and she says, "Listen, whatever you need, you're gonna get. Okay? Your family is my family."
Thank you. I very much appreciate that.
Can you stop doing the spell with the... I don't like looking at two of you. I just would rather look at one person.
Yeah, you know what? It was probably Cuinn. I'll tell him to knock it off.
Okay.
Rest easy tonight.
Listen,
We'll chat more in the morning.
A drunk woman's words are a sober woman's thoughts. I mean everything I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not that I don't believe you. Just logistics of if the same house and stuff. We'll talk tomorrow, but.
Oh, definitely not. Okay. Yep, we'll talk. And then you go and you find Edmund.
Mm-hmm. And I figured this is after.
Yes, this is after his conversation with Maewyn. Yeah.
And so as he's having a drink with Maewyn, I'll ask if I can talk to him for a second.
Yeah, Maewyn seems pretty. I mean, she's having a drink with Edmund, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think she's a little bit more so focused on Batty and Bo.
Yeah.
At least in this moment.
Sure.
And Edmund kind of looks over at you, Maewyn, and says, "Hey, I'm probably gonna go talk to Chad and hit the hay. So, have a good night."
Okay. See you in the morning.
Yep. See ya. And he walks away and says, looks at you, Chad. You can see him, like, immediately his demeanor kind of changes. He feels like that guilt and shame kind of comes back. So, what did you want to talk to me about?
First, just thanks for having, my back earlier with just believing my suspicions. I know I haven't done that in the past, and I want to acknowledge that, as I appreciated it that you went along and did that, and it was nice. And I think what I was picking up on, they seemed weird about names, so it was probably just their code names, fake names, whatever, that they were tripping up a little bit. So
maybe they're just not really used to calling each other that.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
I'll always trust you, Chad. I know that it'll take some time for that to be returned, but I'll always trust you. And I will always have your back.
I appreciate that. And I know it's in the grand scheme of everything, things are weird. And I've noticed some things, and the way specifically Cuinn has given you a look, and the way you seem to be talking to me. If that's a thing now, like, I'm not stepping anywhere, but I just
are you saying that you're interested in?
I don't know. Like I said, a lot has happened with my family, and when we talked last, that was something I was gonna try to just think about a little bit more. But if that's not something that you want anymore, I also understand. But either way, I just...
To be honest, Chad, I didn't think that you were ever going to consider me a friend again, let alone. But if you're saying that... I mean, Maewyn is... I don't think she feels... I think Cuinn was just... I don't think there's... I mean... She's not...
you don't have to know, but if you're interested, I'm not gonna... I
want to be honest. I want to be honest with my communication right now, right?
Yeah. Yes. Same.
I had feelings for you, Chad, and everything happened, and I understand why I was associated with a lot of bad and a lot of evil. And so, when I came back, you were rightfully a little distant, and I thought that was off the table. And I don't know, Maewyn is such a beam of light, and she was the only one who didn't really show a lot of remorse that I was back, or I don't know, maybe I'm making it all up in my head. I had moved on, but that's also because I didn't know it could ever be a thing. Once again, honest in my communication, I'm stuck in a bit of a rock and a hard place here.
No, yeah. No,
this is a weird situation to be in.
I don't blame you at all.
I don't even know if Maewyn likes.
Sure. And that's what I just have noticed and wanted to be honest and upfront about. And I'm not saying that I'm ready to jump into anything or necessarily. I mean, like I said, it's something that I had kind of been thinking about since we way back when talked about how I distrusted Cuinn. And you first told me that you had, feelings. And then, kind of shit hit the fan after that. So it wasn't really something from there that I had a lot of time to think about or really felt betrayed about.
Seems
but
like. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just, but because of all of that and all of the history, if it is better that we focus on friendship and you pursue or do whatever else you want to do, I'm here for it.
It sounds like there's a lot that both of us need to think about. And maybe we can think about it and then have another conversation.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear.
No, I mean, I honestly don't really know what I wanted to hear.
But let me tell you this, no matter what we decide is happening between us or between me and Maewyn, or once again, I don't even know if she...
Yeah.
I'm always going to have your back, and you will always have my trust, no matter what.
And I appreciate that, and I me trusting you isn't gone. It is not what it once was, maybe, but it's not gone.
Right.
And I think I really just wanted you to know that as well.
I can't tell you how much that means to me.
Yeah.
I should really go to sleep.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna just probably go sleep on the couch where my family's staying, so.
You wanna go for a run in the morning?
Yeah, love that, actually.
Alright. I'll wake you up.
Perfect. Yeah, like the same of like hug, handshake,
fist high.
Yeah, good night.
Yeah.
I drunkenly stumble over to Wilmarie. I just need to ask: are you single or?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I have been single for many years. I had a love that was very strong and passionate.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, I've had some, I mean, Gilmarie came not because from him, so.
Okay.
But right now, I am technically single, yes. But I feel like you're asking me for a particular reason. And I feel like I need to let you know that that's not really where my head's at.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You got the wrong impression. I was just gonna ask if I could watch.
Watch what?
I don't know if you were in like a committed relationship. Anyway, sorry. I'm just kind of drunk. I'm sorry. This is weird. I walk away.
She kind of shouts to you, no, you don't have to. You should not be ashamed of anything. I will be. You'll be the first to know.
That's truly an honor that I'll be the first to know. Thank you.
Night, Flint.
Good night. I go to the bathroom. With my staff.
All right.
How many charges?
Okay. So we cut to the upper floors of this house after an undisclosed amount of time to find Rosie and Gilmarie in bed.
How long?
An undisclosed amount of time.
69 minutes.
I have really missed you.
Yeah, that seemed very apparent.
I think you might have missed me too.
Since the day I left.
No. You left all those years ago. I know it doesn't feel like that long to you, but you and I hadn't really ever fully had closure from everything that happened with Brewster and the Hanged Men and...
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, you almost immediately after you were in immediate danger, so there wasn't a lot of time to think about it, and I was just glad that you were okay. And
are you still mad at me? I need you to know that I have taken the time to forgive myself as I've had to survive as a woman on this planet, but I won't blame you for having any feelings you have.
I don't think I'm mad at you anymore. I think I'm mad at myself.
Why are you upset with yourself?
Well, I tried to keep you as updated as possible, but it's, Gil, I haven't been honest with you. And for a long time, you met me at a very interesting part of my life. And,
okay.
Okay, this is going to be really hard.
Okay.
And I want you to promise me that after I tell you this, you're going to love me. Still. Because I'm still me.
A super heavy thing to do, but I feel like it's the least I owe you. I of course promise.
No, but I want you to.
I promise. I promise.
Okay, and I'll sit up and take her hands and. Okay, so I, as a part of this whole thing, have a cursed dagger. I was supposed to take the curse off of it, but I didn't do that. Because throughout the time that I've had this dagger, it's been very helpful in reminding me who I truly am and where I have truly come from. And I think it's my fault that Brewster is dead, and I think it's my fault that you is petrified. And before I met you, I was not good.
What do you mean?
I was bad.
I assumed that's what you meant by not good, but do you just like any more detail?
I haven't always been a deacon of Dune.
Well, of course. I mean, you were a child.
Really only recently. How long have we been together? maybe 100 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And for 200 other years, or 100 other years, I guess, is the math. Before that, I was a soldier of Dune.
Really?
And I wasn't really that pious to Dune. And I did a lot of bad things, and I heard a lot of bad people and good people, and I was in with rowdy crowds, and I separated a lot of families, and I did what I was told to do by who I was told to do it, and I think maybe you know some of those Lucian guards became, well, I did that, and then I was given a chance to care for my first child, I guess her name was, or I guess she was to me, Natalia.
I remember talking about Natalia.
Yeah, it was my fault she died.
I'm sure that you're exaggerating.
No, it was my fault. And she was caught up in things she shouldn't have been caught up in, and I promised myself that I would never ever bring pain or harm or hurt to anyone again, and I changed, and I joined the temple, and I swore that
And you got soft. You hear a voice from behind Gilmarie. Very similar, yet slightly different voice when you hear it from a third-person perspective. As over Gilmarie's shoulder, you see you standing there. But on your shoulder, you see a large warhammer. You're currently wearing armor, sleeveless, tattoos on your arm. And as you see a much younger version of yourself staring back at you. And you got soft. And you decided to settle down and leave me behind. But guess what? I'm back. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode. We will we will pick up right there next week.
What happened?
Fuck you.
Yeah, quite an interesting episode today.
Woo!
So we will see the aftermath of that, and yeah, I mean, a little soap opera, more like it. And
wow.
So yeah, that was a great session. Tomorrow night is the finale at 7 p.m. Central of All Eyes on Me, the Monster Hearts LongShot. So very excited about that. You'll find me, Matt, and Angie there, as well as Sophie and Jen. So very excited to finish that out. And then Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Central is the rescheduled session 3 of The Remains. Will party bomb Fedra? Let's talk about it. And then next Sunday, yeah, and then next Sunday at 2 p.m. Central, we will return right back in the room of Gilmarie and Rosie to see how that resolves. Thank you. Follow us at Charmed Persons on all social media to stay tuned with everything. Our YouTube is caught up, right? Completely caught up?
Yes, I believe so.
It's caught up.
Amazing.
This session's on there.
If not, and Spotify is getting caught up and is almost there. So thank you, Matt, to that. And so you can catch up on demand there. And I think that's it. I think that's all for announcements. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my players, the best players a GM can ask for. Truly, I say that every time, but I mean it every time. And as always,
Hey,
Oh,
hey, goodbye.
Bye.
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 Woo! Crossover event.
What a horny episode.
What a horny. Also,
All right, I'll see you guys later. See you next week.